Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this one, we are going to be watching along with the match that was initially going to be taking place as the opening game of Super Rugby Pacific. Instead, due to rescheduling, it's happening now on a Tuesday for this matchup. It should be a very exciting one. Moana Pasifika taking on the Blues, and I'm looking forward to it. Both sides actually going with quite young, talented lineups for this matchup, giving a few of their key players a rest, and hopefully it does end up all going smoothly. I've just realized my headphone cable's here, which means that I cannot hear anything. Now I can, and it does sound like it's a great atmosphere here at Mount Smart Stadium. But we will look through at the starting lineups and reserves for both of these teams. For anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we have got plenty more of Super Rugby, including all the games that are taking place this weekend. Alongside those games, we have actually got a game taking place next Tuesday. I believe that will be Moana Pasifika taking on the Hurricanes. So they have also got themselves a rescheduled fixture. But first of all, looking through at the Moana Pasifika side, in the front row will be Abraham Paul, Latiro Talay, and Joe Apakatoa as the rest of the front row. Michael Curry gets a start at number 4. He was actually initially photographed with the Blues in the start of the season, but then ended up getting signed for Moana Pasifika. Xavier Kelly Tuioti, man who plays very well for North Harbour, does get the opportunity at number 5. Then it will be Pinatoa Finau, Alamana Matanga, and the captain Jack Lamb at number 8. Eritara Inari will be there at number 9, with Lincoln McClutchy back at number 10. Henry Teifu, Finney Anisi as the midfield combo. Tuatavuki out on one wing. Tomasi Alosio out on the other. And then it is going to be D'Angelo Leula who will be there at number 15. I have 4 minutes until I get busted watching rugby on a school night, says Dan there. And also we have got there, my head hurts already as well. And also we've got there, same okay, says everyone. Also Betty Wagon is here in the chat. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're excited for this matchup. Like I mentioned, we will be keeping you guys up to date with the Netherlands versus New Zealand game that has taken place for the cricketing side of things as well alongside this match. But for the Blues, Alex Hodgman, Ricky Riccatelli, and Nipol Olala as the front row. Luke Romano and Sam Derry making up the locks. Now, Luke Romano, he's actually the captain of the Blues for this game. So he has been promoted from just signing with them only a few minutes ago, or a few weeks ago, I guess I should say, to now actually being the captain of the Blues. Then Adrian Cho at number 7 and Anton Segner at number 8. Funaki gets the start at number 9 after coming off the bench in last week's performance. Same with Stephen Perafeta, who was replacing, I believe it was Bowden Barrett late in that game due to his injury. Tinialo Talea and Tamati Tua at the midfield. Mark Talea, AJ Lamb out on either side. And then at number 15, to close out the starting lineup for the Blues, it is going to be Jacob Raitovaitavuki Nepkins, who will be a very dangerous player. Plays for Taranaki in the Bunnings NBC and also has explosive pace and power when he does get a bit of space. Go Blues, as I says everyone. Also, Blues going to win easy. Kind of easy, I think, unless if Moana want to shock the world, and they certainly did last week, the last game for Moana Pasifika, winning in golden point time up against the Hurricanes, which was very nice. And also, we've got their same, says everyone. Also, we have got there, do you know Highlanders have signed Denny Solomona from the English? I didn't know that. So I guess, when does he end up coming over? Do let me know, Max, for that one. But looking at the benches, Rainuia, it's going to be Asumua and Apua as the other replacements for Moana Pasifika in that front row. Alongside that, it will be Alex McRobbie and then Josh Kiefer, and also sucks that Bowden Barrett isn't playing. And the big question is whether or not Bowden Barrett will even be playing this weekend or the weekend after. He did take quite a head knock in the other fixture. So yeah, hopefully he is going to be all right for future games, but not the injury that he would have been wanting early on in his Super Rugby season. Aussie cricketer said hi as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. Currently, New Zealand, for anyone wondering, after 11.2 overs, they are sitting on a total of one moment. We'll build suspense, and also it's decided to go away from where I had it, 72 for 1 at this point in time, and go Blues. And also, I don't actually know when he's coming over. Sorry, no worries at all. I assume it will be for next season, though, more than likely. Paya Solomoni Kata, he'll be one to watch out for. And then Lolagi Vizinia. I've been watching this man for Hawke's Bay for a little while. Certainly a dangerous man to have coming off the bench. Now looking through at the Blues, it will be Vakina, Fusitua, and then Carl Tunukiafi as a replacement at number 18. Salfua and Ikuwasi, sorry, he's one that I'm looking forward to also seeing out there. Finley Christie returns to the Blues. He will be starting at number 21. Do you start at number 21? Not really. You come off the bench at number 21, Corey Evans and Josh McKenzie, who was recently playing for the New Zealand 11 up against the opposition in the Netherlands. So actually not that long ago. But this is the table, the way that we are sitting currently. So it is the Brumbies at the start, and they are right at the top. When is the match starting? It is starting in about 4 minutes' time. Then it will be underway. And also, yeah, Bowden Barrett needs to be careful, keeping in mind Leon McDonald has major issues with a number of head knocks. And there, as I says, Dan Piper and also Banamera has had 2 injuries and COVID in the past year. Yeah, certainly a rough time for the number 10 slash. I mean, if he wants to go back to number 15, maybe he gives that a go as well. But for now, just needs to try to find a way of keeping healthy for long enough and keeping away from being injured. But the Reds, they are sitting in second on 22 points. Crusaders in third. Waratahs in fourth. Then the Chiefs and the Blues very close here. So if the Blues win this game, they will actually propel themselves up above the Waratahs and the Chiefs, and they'll still have a game this weekend. And Dan, are you cheering for the Blues? And also, I don't know how when teams face Moana, they put their bad team on. It is no respect. What do you think? These cats are the best. Although I respect what the Blues have done here. And the reason for that is because they easily could have gone with an all-out onslaught lineup. But instead of doing that, they've decided Moana Pasifika, they're going to have to rest some players. The Blues, they've said, right, our squad's pretty deep. We back these young guys to be able to go out there, and hopefully they can perform just like the older guys, and we start to find a few of our future stars. Because they easily could have just completely, just dominated this game, the Blues. They could have gone with all their big names. Caleb Clark, Rico Ioane, Mark Talia, he's already playing in this game. Dalton Papali, Hoskins Satuta. They could have chucked everything at Moana Pasifika here, and then it would have probably felt like a bit of a cheap victory, purely because of the fact that, not only do those players need their rest time, but also Moana Pasifika were never going to be able to field a full-strength side for this match with the fact that they've got a game this weekend and how hard their contest was up against the Hurricanes. And I'm back for Moana Pasifika, says Brody. But do you think they should put on their best team? I don't, because their best side only played 3 days ago, and they will be tired, definitely because most of them are recovering from COVID. So they would definitely not have that stamina that they would like to have. So not only is it a chance for some of these younger guys to get the chance to run out there, but also you're giving those other guys a rest who earned it from last week's hard fighting fixture up against the Highlanders when they won at 32 points to 20, and Paul Highlanders at the bottom of the table. Yeah, still waiting for their first win. Maybe it could be this weekend. And also, we've got that House and Muppet situation, says David the Modern. Not too bad at the moment, I don't think. We're all but. And also, I'm back for the Blues. And finally, somebody toned, they're texting now. And it says Mazak. And that one, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but Nepo Lulala, I feel like he could get himself a try today. I've just got that feeling. He doesn't get too many of them, but he's looking solid out there. And as a big carrying forward, going to be one to watch out for. We're cruising along in the cricket. Yeah, I did expect that we were going to be able to win it relatively comfortably. They need 127 runs off 38 overs. So no real troubles for them at this stage for the Black Cats. But anytime there's a wicket or anything along those lines, I'll keep you guys informed about what is happening for that one as well. As Denny Solomona, a big name to sign. I think he's got a little bit of name value overall, but of course, your name only gets you so far. It's what you do out on the field. And Solomona, he's certainly got the potential to be able to have a good season. That's the thing. Anytime we bring in overseas players, they either fly or they flop. Unfortunately, it's the same as the Gallagher Premiership. Just look at Lema Safawanga. Unfortunately, that man will want to forget a spell at that club, but now he's doing nicely in France. So it's all about finding that right club that fits in. Hey, that's Solomoni Kata. He's going to be at number 12 for this game. What's he doing there? It was supposed to be someone who wasn't him. Who was it supposed to be? A moment, we're going to have a look and see who it was going to be at number 12. Oh, no, it wasn't him, though. He was going to be coming off the bench. Actually, number 12 was going to be Henry Taifu. So he doesn't look like he's out there anymore. So maybe he's coming off the bench instead, or maybe late changes in the lineup for Moana Pasifika perhaps, and Islanders need the Blues to win, and then they certainly do keep them alive in the Super Rugby competition. I've been busted now. I have to bail. We'll see you later on, mate. I went on holiday, stayed at a hotel, still trying to get used to the fact I can't yell. And there says Aussie cricket there. And also we have got there, I'm having a feeling that the Blues might have underestimated Moana Pasifika and could backfire big time. Hurricanes still regret not using some of their elite players. And there says Sebastian, exactly right. Yeah, some of these guys, I think it's more in the case of kind of fielding their youth, getting a few more minutes under the belt, and also letting those older guys recover from the COVID situation that they did have not too long ago. That's going to be kicked towards the touchline from Tanelo. Talia does find touch. And do you think Islanders will make top 8 or no? Unfortunately, I think there's just a little bit too far behind at this stage. Unfortunately, how long till kickoff? It has just kicked off. So now Moana Pasifika first throw. It's gone in from Latero Tale first. Receiver there was Solomoni Kata. Does a crash ball at the line now. Moana Pasifika, quite a few of the Brumbies players have signed for this side. They did decide to leave out Henry Stowers in this lineup. Also Sione Tuipolotu, and that is due to the fact that some of these Moana Pasifika players, They played a brutal game up against the Hurricanes not too long ago. Moana used enthusiasm versus Blues experience. And there as well, says MH. Now passing it back across. Like they're saying, there are still some COVID absentees in the two lineups. Now, good run forward from Alamanda Matanga, close to the touchline. Now, Enery will be firing it back across. They'll be just trying to get themselves as much possession as you possibly can in the early stages of this game. Considering time ever out next time, say something random is there, but there was Abraham Pole who runs his way forward. Little knock on the ground after 8 phases. And now it will be either the line out or the scrum in favour of the Blues. But currently, New Zealand, they need 125 runs of 37 overs. So they should be able to do that relatively comfortably, you would think. But we will be covering Pakistan versus Australia a little bit later on tonight, which should be an exciting one. But now it is going to be Moana Pasifika with this line-out throw. Letero Tole puts it over the top once again. Nicely taken there. I believe that was actually the number 4. This one who was initially signed for the Blues, Michael Curry, but then did pick up the contract with Moana Pasifika. Enery now on the 22-metre line. Good attack and run here from Moana Pasifika. Wrestled down to the ground. And also we have got there. Oh no. Yeah, see, that's a touchy subject, isn't it? I don't actually know what happened yet, but my mum said that it wasn't a good situation at all, but that one's going to be kicked in behind. It goes into touch 15 out. I disagree. I think the Highlanders will make the top 8. We have to play the Australian teams later in the year, and it will make up by then, and the one by then. And there's his Simon. So, yeah, if they do make it, it will be from a brilliant run up against the Australian sides. Because I think at this stage, that's the thing. It's about 5 games they need to try and make up that the Australian sides have been able to win against Australian sides as well. And thoughts on who's scoring first? I think it's going to be Ricky Riccatelli. Oh, that man might be unconscious. Yep, he is. Jack Lamb does not look too flash here. I think Nipple Alala got him right on the back of the skull. And also, like, do these plane drivers know that little kids are on there? Slow down as says Aussie Cricket. There's that was not ideal for Jack Lamb. Knocked on the back of the head. I'm watching this game live, but muted Tony Johnson's commentary for yours, bro. You got better energy, says Nazi Williams. Appreciate you, mate. And also, it was the most ridiculous thing, mate. Basically, Will Smith can't take a joke, or rather, his wife can't. And there's Sebastian for that one. And also, lol. And there says David the Mob. But now, Jack Lamb, he looks like he's a little bit groggy at this stage. Okay, they've actually said Jack Lamb turned down big money to play here. I think it was Nipple Lalala's. Oh, he just got him on the back of the neck and it's just bent him over like he's some sort of, one of those paper fans you have how you bend them a few times. He's been bent a few times there. That sounds like a strange sentence. I mean bent over. That sounds even worse. I'm going to stop talking. We have got there. Very true, says Mazak. And that one. But Jack Lamb, he got stuck underneath the ruck. Well done from the referee there to be able to see straight away that he wasn't looking 100% and was stuck under that breakdown. But Nipple Lalala, I believe he just got it a little bit wrong there. Smacking him on the back. I was going to make a joke about a cockatoo, but I won't, as well. I don't want to get slapped. And then also I've got the AO, says Brody. Currently now, Jack Lamb, he's actually getting some attention on his leg. So I guess he got bent, not only smacked in the back of the head, but then it got bent at an awkward angle for his leg. Okay, Jack Lamb, he looks like hopefully he's going to be all right. But Crusaders versus Highlanders, that will be taking place on Friday night. And that will be at Orange Theory Stadium. That's going to be a tough fixture. Fiji and Drew are playing the Waratahs. That is the game after that will be taking place, and that is at Seabus Super Stadium. That one, it looks like the time is back on. Surely Jack Lamb has to go off for an HIA. Nope, he's fine. Blues with Moana Pasifika, that one will be on Saturday night. Well, this upcoming one, yeah, old Jetta can't take a joke in there, says Sebastian. And then after that, I believe the last game that we have got of the weekend will be the Reds taking on someone else, maybe the Western Force, someone along those lines. I think will be the next one. And also, hello, says Fish as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. The stage now, Funaki about to feed this ball in for the Blues. And Irish, do your mum and don't like rugby whenever you are rugby, your mum goes away. She's still watching the cricket, so that is why she isn't here for this one. She's decided to keep on watching Netherlands versus New Zealand and currently sitting 79 for 1. For the Kiwis, just Martin Guptill losing his wicket very early. And who's been bent over? What's going on? Says David. Yeah, pretty much he got smacked on the back of the head and fell over like one of those giant inflatable men when you turn off the switch. He just kind of flopped. Yeah, it's Highlanders or Crusaders. Crusaders at home. I feel like we'll have to be one to watch out for. And as I sub says Noah Smith, welcome into the live stream, mate. Currently, Jacob Raitawai Tabuki Nepkins. and they're going to be an exciting one to watch for this matchup. And maybe, who knows, some of these players might get a little bit of game time for this weekend. But both sides going deep into their squad. I mean, Josh McKenzie, he was playing cricket not too long ago. That's a penalty to the Blues. Thinking about taking it quickly, Funaki, but instead just decides to yell straight at Luca Romano with a big old woo. And also now after the game on Saturday, it's Brumbies versus Reds. Okay. So they have that rematch. I know that the Rebels weren't playing this weekend. I wasn't too sure who they were going to be playing, though. All right, but now Stephen Perafeta going to slot in at fly half for this matchup. That was a weird stuff. There's how many rugby games more today? Just the one we have got today. And then after that, we have got our matchup for Pakistan versus Australia. We're going to hopefully be doing at least one live stream or one innings, I should say, of that Pakistan versus Australia if the voice is around for that long. And also we got that none. And I saw the Fijian drill rugby team at the airport, says Aussie Cricket. And also it was having a great having Donna doing commentary earlier, says David Shores. And hopefully she will be joining us for the one next week. Let's go some Tuesday or cheeky Tuesday footy in there, says Taraka. Yeah, big game as well for the scheme of things. Both sides going with young, inexperienced sides with the occasional veteran scattered throughout it. Funaki going to the short side. Stephen Perafeta now looking to draw and pass. Doesn't quite link up with Mark Talia the way he would have wanted to do. Ball still in the field of play. It's going back for the initial penalty. About halfway, right. Stephen Perafeta, you have to wonder how close does it need to be before he starts going for the post. I think it would have to be a little bit closer than this. It does just look a little bit too far out. But the big thing is, the Blues would have seen that match between Moana Pasifika and the Hurricanes. They would have seen that the Hurricanes turned down 7 kickable threes. And from that, they lost the game in golden point time. As Roger playing, he needs the experience, to be honest, says Roman Soldiers. Unfortunately, got injured in one of those first rounds, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So he is still missing for just a little bit longer. But hopefully he does get a little appearance at some stage soon. We'll go like that, and we will go like that. Just make sure everything's running smoothly. It sure is. We are all good to go. Never underestimate the Highlanders on Friday, says Max. Yeah, they are a strong side, that is for sure. And they actually have a win over the Crusaders at Orange Theory Stadium. That was actually the week that they lost a lot of players due to suspension because some of them decided that they wanted to have a bit of a piss-up, is the nicest way of putting it. And now, Letero Tole going to be looking for this one with the little pass. Now instead goes off to Mark Talia. On the number 11 side, it is going to be AJ Lamb. And also, we have got there, where are you from? I am from the South Island of New Zealand. So kind of halfway in between the two players. Cheers for the update, mate. No worries. I hope he's back soon, though. I think it was either shoulder injury or some sort of leg injury. How good was it when we got to see a result between Pakistan and Australia? It was great to see someone win that series. Now, backline movement. Taniela Talia gives it off to, I believe, what's Tamati Tua as the first receiver. And your first man I've ever heard refer to rugby union as footy. There as well, says Sebastian. And always says Betty. That one as well, but now going to the short side. Stephen Perafeta ball on the inside. I'm about to sneeze. That would be unfortunate. That was a good catch. Only just, though. We'll go like that, and we're all good. Once again, that was a strong sneeze. Perafeta now instead of Daniel Talia with a strong run up the middle. Little knock on from Stephen Perafeta there. I feel like that sneeze coming back for round 2. I'm ready for it, though. I have to hold my headphones this time. I see Lolagi Vizanier on the touchline. Also alongside him, got a couple other big players. And like in the Pacifica jersey that they used against the Canes, why don't they use that so the Blues don't have to wear the away? And there says Mosaic. So I think it is because they are the home side. Okay, Jack Lamb now going off for an HIA. And I was at 8.5 out of 10 on the sneeze scale. It was a pretty strong one. Sent me head flying. That was a good Kath Hamish. And also we have got there is having a Muppet stroke in there, says David. Well, hopefully you didn't time him out. No, he's been around for a little while. He's actually one of our first 50 subscribers. Fun fact. Also, we've got the I felt that. And there says Paddy Wagon for that one. So we're just going to go like this and like this also. Oh, he was timed out. Okay, referee said, come on, get on with it. Okay, there's a lot of chatting going on for the scrum. But neither front rows have gone down as of yet. And also we have got there, Nazi Williams has said, NRE got sexy hair, lads, in there. I mean, it's certainly something. It's better than my hair, to be fair. Like, my hair does not sit up like that. My hair looks shocking at times, as you guys saw it from the sneeze. That one's going to be a massive push there from the Blues. They get themselves the advantage. And now trying to go forward. Once again, little grubber of mind. Chasing after hard. Who is that? It's going to be Tamatitua. And he has got himself out of the line. And I was like, I'm Noah's mate. And says Fish. And also, is Bodie playing? He is not. I think he's a little bit injured, unfortunately, for himself. We will move that over there. And great try, says Muzik. And there as well. And we will add that one. There we go. Blues drive scorers. And it is going to be Tamatitua, who was able to score himself the first try of this match. Didn't take too long either for the Blues. That was in the 9th minute of this game as well. There we go. We have got it up on there. And also we have got the hair, especially your hair is horrible when you wake up. And so you want timeout too. No, they're not too bad overall, those two. So just try not to do it. And please keep it appropriate. And there's also we've got the especially your hair is horrible when you wake up. And this is Max. And also we've got the high says Ellie Hills in there as well. And also we've got now that's timeout. I think Paddy's getting a little bit too much power at this stage by the sounds of it. But now the kick is gone almost over, I think, for Pasifika. We will go like that. And we will go like that. There we go. Now it is going to be Stephen Pasifika lining this one up from the touchline here. 44 meters out, 48 degrees of the angle in this one. 10 minutes into this game already. It's flown by for the first 10 minutes of this one. And also, my father sneezes perfect 10s at the table is trembling when he launches title. Oh, we're having dinner. And there's us, says Sebastian. See, I don't think I quite possess that much power overall. And also, Paddy's the leader now. And then also, that's what happens when YouTube for kids want to play in the adult stats, says Jay. And now that one has missed away to the side for Stephen Pasifika. 10 minutes in, and it's going to be 5-0 for this one now as well. And also, I don't know. I don't look at other men like that. There says David the Mod. That one, but now Tamatitua. He didn't have a huge amount of pace. It didn't look. I actually thought it was Alex Hodgman for a start, but that's no disrespect to him because he's still a very quick individual powerful as well. I just thought it might have been a forward. But now Funaki got this one. And what time are you on? Or what time are you at on the game? And there it says Mazak. That one, but currently now the ball's going to be available for Funaki at the back of the rolling ball. Hi, mate, says Jan as well. Welcome into Livestream, mate. Hope you're doing well. That one has gone high from Funaki. Now up to the halfway line. It's gone straight through the hands. And that was not a great take. And it will be going back for the scrum feed in favour of the Blues. D'Angelo Leula just wasn't quite able to hang on to that one. I think he's playing in the light. The Chiefs, number 15, and serious dude. I'm secure about it as well. And there, and also we've got there Gareth Mason, man. Oh, I assume that's G-Man passed away. He did indeed on Sunday. I think we heard the news about it, which is not good for the rugby community or anyone really in that regard, as he was one of the, I guess you could say, one of the main figures of it. And serious dudes, I'm secure about jokes. And this is Nazi in that one as well. But currently now there's going to be another opportunity. It's Sebastian, remember the third test West Indies won? Ah, that's nice of you. You need to remember Sebastian as a moderator, so he might take that one offensively. Anyways, Moana Blues win. And there says Nazi Williams. I'd say the Blues, but Moana are going to put up a good fight once again in this matchup. Now, going for the push. And this one as well. Now, Stephen Pasifika looking for the kick in behind. It's actually more of a cross kick. It's going to almost sit up now. It goes into touch. And great, another Everall. And there as well, says Mazak. That one, and also good evening, Hamish. Hope you are well and recovered. Well, I did. I did end up having like a 20-hour sleep. And then I had another 8-hour sleep. And then I was all good. And also, I do remember it. Thank you very much. And there as well, says Sebastian. I don't know, say hello, Hamish Bro, says Michelle.
90 for 1 after 17.
90 for 1 after 17. I've been informed by our stat lady, also known as my mum. Yeah, at this stage, New Zealand doing quite nicely for themselves by the looks of it, being able to work their way towards that Netherlands total. But now just inside of the 22 here, it is going to be the Blues who have got themselves a line out, but they've been dominating the scrum here throughout the early stages of the match. And hello, Hamish Bro, says Michelle. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. 13 minutes into this game currently. And in fact, it's just outside of the 22. Now, I'd love to go for the rolling ball, but I think they're too far out to be able to get it going to the extent of being able to score a try off it. And 20 hours sleep impressive, says Danny Lewis. Yeah, do normally need to catch up quite a bit. When I've been doing a lot of live streams back to back, that's going to be a little knock on from the Blues. So that will end any chance of that attack And now Moana Pasifika are going to have themselves their line-out throw. That's a lie. It's a scrum. Currently now handling errors, 3 for the Blues, 1 for Moana Pasifika. So they've actually been better with the handling error side of it, which is pretty good as well. One moment, we will go like this. And we will go like this as well. There we go. And making sure everything was working smoothly with the stats and everything. But currently possession, 65% for the Blues. So they've certainly dominated when it comes to how long they've been able to have it. And how do you do that? That's like a whole day. Pretty much you don't sleep for about 30 hours before it, and then it just flies by. That's pretty much what I did. And then how many overs is the Black Ferns and Netherlands game? Hey, brother, how's everything been going today? It's been going well. So far, 17 overs in, and they are 17 overs in, about 90 runs for 1 wicket. And also we've got that your vocal cords would have enjoyed the 20 hours sleep, probably. And then I woke back up and then I just started talking again, and they would have been like, what is going on? And I was like, hey, bro, why are they playing today? He says, Izzy. So because of this game being cancelled for round 1, it is actually the case of a rescheduled fixture, and they will be playing next Tuesday as well, Moana Pasifika, and they will be up against the Hurricanes for their next game just to catch up a few matches. Discipline will win this game. Certainly will. It's going to be a tricky one. Sam Derry taking that Gary Wait as Black Ferns cricket. I always thought it was rugby, or it's actually White Ferns for cricket, but it is going to be the Black Caps who are playing currently in the men's cricket up against the Netherlands. Yeah, Hamish, delayed fatigue. And there's says David. So yeah, either the voice will be gone by the weekend or it might be all right. Wait to see now. Good offload. Sam Derry up to Luke Romano now having a decent carry forward. Believe that was there as the number 14 trying to get himself into there. Which would have been Tomasi Alosio first carry for him. And is it an ODI game? It certainly is. Round the side now, Enery flicks it back. And it's going to be kicked down at Hamish. 90 for 1, New Zealand in 16.4 overs. Will Young, 40. 35 Henry Nichols can fix. I had to fix it. Someone had to fix it, I assume that is, because someone can't read. And there's his Betty. That's going to be a little knock on, though. Oh, actually, there's a player down currently. Right, what's wrong with this man's leg? I think it's Alamana Matanga who stayed down currently. And also Josh Kiefer. Josh Kiefer's only been out on the field for a very short moment. So, Nate Sebastian, I got some bad news. Joe Roots are going to play for Australia next year. Is he in the BBL? If he's in the BBL, that would be quite cool, wouldn't it? But I don't know whether or not he would. He's probably got plenty of contract offers around the world, I would think. So you probably don't want to go into enemy territory. Kiefer at the moment, 3 matches in 2022. Only made his debut not that long ago. And I was like, I can't type today, it seems. And there's says Paddy Wagon. I think that is Alamanda Matanga. So 2 loose forwards down. Does that mean the Crusaders play the Blues? Because it was postponed. They will still play that game. It's just trying to work out when it will be taking place. There's been news for Australia, not the Poms. And SSJ and also, oh, hello, Mr. Spencer. And there says Sebastian. And also, we have got the, are you going to watch Shane Warne's memorial tomorrow, Hamish? Says Aiden. I mean, I've got my live stream going through to about 6:30 a.m. So I'll probably be sleeping for a majority of tomorrow. Overall, maybe I'll wake up in the evening and have a bit of a weird timed night. But overall, I think I'll probably be sleeping for about 15 hours just to catch up on sleep. And New Zealand Roots, he ain't playing for Oz as well. And also Blues says Avril for that one. But currently they are just showing the power that the Blues have possessed in the scrum. It's been looking dominant from the start. And it just seems like it's going to be a bit 50-50 of how it ends up going, of whether or not they do eventually get maybe penalised for being too dominant, which can actually happen because you start pushing things back. No. And there is also we have got there, in the chat, well, now you have to go for Australia because Root playing your favourite player. And there's his Aussie Mozzie. I guess that's a good way of looking at it. But at the moment, Taniela Talia, he's a big man in that midfield for the Blues. But now 16 minutes in, and it is going to be a scrum feed for Moana Pasifika. Like they're saying, they need to get this one straight away. And also we have got that our streak of no of him. And there says Nozak or Mazak. And that one. Now the front rows pushing hard. The Blues, they weren't quite able to turn that one over. Solomoni Kata, first receiver, bang, straight at the line. He's going to be almost held up there by Stephen Petafeta. Now Enery goes back to Lincoln McClutchy. They're certainly under pressure here for the early stages. Taken nicely by Jacob Reita Maitavuki Nepkins. Now with a lot of space, going straight through, finds the flick off to Anton Sinu, wasn't able to take it clean. And now it's back in the hands of Moana Pasifika. Ball's available at the back. Running their way forward down the touchline, looking for the 50-22. It goes out on the full, though. That is brutal for him there. I believe that was D'Angelo Leula, who once again has been let down by his foot. And now there's going to be Ricky Riccatelli wanting this ball as quickly as possible. They can have it recycled, but Jacob Reita Maitavuki Nepkins, he was going straight through, picked his gap, tried to go straight through Michael Curry, and then it was stolen in the end by Joe Apakatoa, who got the interception. Currently now 17 minutes in, it's a bit of an overthrow, and the ball bounces favorably for Moana Pasifika. It's a counter ruck from the Blues, so Sam Derry has been able to claim that one, and now it is back available here for the away side. Big run forward from Tane Plumtree. He was sensational in his first match for the Blues. He ended up scoring 2 tries. And as well, would love to be able to replicate that in this matchup. Stephen Petafeta wide pass out to Mark Talia now. Bit of space down the wing, but good low tackle on him by D'Angelo Leula. And passing it back across Funaki. Goes back to Tane Plumtree. Stephen Petafeta almost pop pass after Alex Hodgman, who's wrestled backwards. Looked like he was possibly asking for a penalty there for half a second. Now going around the side, and also at the moment, I would worry having to play Pakistan away in a white ball cricket. It's not going to be fun. And there's Sebastian, yeah, that is going to be taking place tonight from 11 p.m. onwards. Nice early morning start here in New Zealand, of course. Not about the worst time for an ODI to be starting with it being 11, but we will be up. We will be covering that game on the channel also. So be sure, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to that channel. But now Lincoln McClutchy, he will be able to kick this one for the touchline. Currently 18 and a half minutes into this game. The first 10 minutes absolutely flew by. Now, I feel like this next 10 minutes has gone slowly past, but that's probably a good thing. Is that the first ODI? It certainly is. So, yeah, we'll be starting at 11 p.m. New Zealand time. It initially was going to be at 5 p.m., I believe, but then it changed to a little bit later by about 6 hours, which is not ideal for sleep schedules, but it's going to be good cricket. And it is 3-match series in there, and then they have also got the T20 at the end that they will have right. It's going to be a free kick here to Moana Pasifika on the halfway line. Now Jack Lamb back out on the field for Josh Kiefer, so he has passed his HIA now. Big Alamana Matanga once again having another carry. Believe that's going to be Nipple Olala. Almost got himself penalised now. Enery going off, I believe that was Finau at number 6. Enery once again fires it back. Good attack and run here from Solomon Kata. Still driving forward. You've got to tie up that man's legs, or else he will just keep on going and going and going. Now, big run forward from Joe Apakatoa. Enery goes back across. McClutchy goes for the little chip and chase. It looks like it's going to be setting up quite nicely for Stephen Petafeta. And now the counter attack, if they want, and instead goes back to Jacob Reita Maitavuki Nepkins, who kicks it into touch. That's a name and a half. And that one goes into touch. And also, we have got the RIP Gareth Mason. Does G-Man passed away this weekend? Great YouTuber who did great commentary on all things rugby. He did indeed. And we found out about it on Sunday, I believe it was. And it just seemed like it wasn't like the case at the start. You know, some people, like, you think that they're trolling, but then you look into it more and then you find out that he did. And like you said, did a lot for the rugby community. He was one of the trailblazers of actually doing commentary on YouTube for rugby games. Like, people were probably, like, they were already doing it for football, cricket, but rugby hadn't really seen that. Him and 2 Cents were the first couple of guys who actually kind of went along those lines, and I guess paved the way for us younger fellows to join in. Also, why are Blues resting all their players? Says Danny Lewis. It is because they only played a little while ago, so about 3 days or so. So that's why they've decided to rest them. And also, they're all recovering from COVID as well, which wouldn't have helped them too much. Yeah, poor G-Man, mate. Or poor G-Man. And that says OB. And also, at least the ODIs and one T20 will be entertaining. And then always beat Pakistan ODI, T20 or Test. And then Danny Lewis injuries and saving them for the big ones. One more random thing, and it's timeout in there. And also, we have got there. So what about the 2 draws? They don't really count as wins, do they? And I forgot. And this is Aussie cricket. But now 20 minutes into the game, it's going to be the line-out throw for Latero Tole. Now, Enery, he was lined up big time. I believe there was Sam Derry who got straight on him and was not going to be letting go. The halfway line currently fired back. It's actually going to be Finney and Nisi, I believe, who has to play halfback here. Xavier Kelly Tuioti, he's off the field, and Alex McRobbie now out there. I think that they are rotating their stocks quite early in this match for both sides, just trying to make sure everyone stays fresh. Cowley Tuiota, you'd have to wonder whether or not there is some sort of injury. Will Young for the 50. And there I did see that just popped up, which is good news for him as the Kiwis are continuing to go. That's going to be a big hit there. Oh, Ricky Riccatelli, they're going back for the initial penalty, and crikey. And there as well, says Obi and Moana Pasifika, where is their home stadium, Samoa Tonga. At this stage, Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland, sadly. That's where they're playing all their games. How many ODIs and T20 matches do the Poms and Windies have? They've actually already had theirs. They had theirs at the start of their tour, whereas all these other ones seem to be at the end of them. So I think they had about 5 T20s and 3 ODIs, something along those lines. And come on, the Blues, says Noah. And that one. And I assume you're looking forward to Crusaders versus Highlanders this weekend. That's going to be a great match. That's on Friday night. And then on Saturday, we'll have the match taking place between Moana Pasifika and the Blues, followed by the game on Sunday. That will be the Crusaders. It will actually be the Chiefs versus Hurricanes. And then the Hurricanes play again on Tuesday. And as poor old G-Man died before his time, may he rest in peace. Way too young. I'm not sure how old he was. I believe he was only just in the early 30s, though, if I'm not wrong there. And the Windy Store is over, Jay. We have New Zealand next in June. It's going to be scary for the New Zealanders because England will probably find their form in that one and just dominate us. I've got a bad feeling about that. Torben now taken nicely by Mark Talia, close to the touchline, up to the halfway now. Crashing hard at the line, straight into Tui Tavuki. Oh, he tried to drop the shoulder there, Tui Tavuki. Don't think he was too happy with the fact that he did end up missing a tackle. They've got the advantage now, though, for Moana Pasifika. Well handled by Teleangelo Leula. Now passing out to Alamanda Matanga. This is looking good for the back line of the Blues, or for Moana Pasifika. In fact, if they do decide to use it, the Windies won the T20 Series 3-2 and the T Series 1-0. And there says Sebastian, no, it's not Amish. We suck, mate. Says Sebastian. And for Lucy, boys, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. Do let me know your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen, of this game. Currently 23 minutes in. Stephen Petafetta kicks it back down the middle of the park. Taken nicely. Oh, almost by Lincoln McClutchy. A little bit of a juggle, but he has been able to line that one up not too badly. Kicks it downfield. Doesn't find touch. And also is Rico Akira and Dalton sick. I believe they are injury for Akira Ioane. Dalton and Rico, they're saving for the weekend game up against Moana Pasifika again. They actually have a rematch of this game. Now, Enery kicks it in behind or tries to. It hits Anton Segner's hand. Now taken on the halfway line by Taniello Talia. Now out to Mark Talia. He's got Rico, or in fact, it was Ricky Riccatelli with him. D'Angelo Leula, great pickup. And now Adrian Choate gets straight on the ball, trying to get the turnover. It's still available, though, for Moana Pasifika. This game has hit about 5th gear in the last couple of minutes. It's certainly sped up. I'd like to see a rugby comp at Samoa and Fiji that combine the Pacific rugby countries and a bunch of new teams, says Mazak. And I think they are working on that at the moment. They want to end up, I think they're trying to kind of add a new domestic competition into Fiji at the moment and a couple of the other islands. And there's going down the wing. It's going to be a good take by AJ Lamb. Now currently trying to make their way forward. And Amishbro 100 comes up New Zealand, and Will Young made an ODI 50 runs. And there's goodness, was he Amish? And there it says David the Mob, but currently now 20 metres out from the line. It's going to be Taniello Talia once again, passes across Ricky Riccatelli. Continuing to drive his way forward. Nice pickup by Funaki off to Adrian Choate. Currently only the 15 metres out now. Funaki goes back across the ball to the chat in a very short moment. But at the moment, this is looking good for a set-up team. Plumtree drops it onto one of the Moana Pasifika players. So I believe that will be a scrum feed now to the Blues. And also, how did he die? With respect, says Obi. I know that it's not hugely, I guess, out there at the moment. But from what I've heard, which I will say straight away, I don't know whether or not this is true, but I think he collapsed and they weren't able to resuscitate him, unfortunately, and someone suspected a heart attack, but that could be completely wrong. That was just what I saw from one of his old teachers from a while ago. So that's all I know, and that could be completely wrong, but that's the, I guess, most we know at this stage. But yeah, it's completely until you get the autopsy, I think it is, they won't really know. Currently only 5 metres out from the line now here for the Blues. I believe Ricky Riccatelli is only inches from the line. Breaks off. They've somehow stopped him. That is brilliant defence from Moana Pasifika. Currently now still only a couple metres short. He's close. Who's that now? Who's on the line? It's not Nepolalala. It's going to be instead a man on his face. It's Ricky Riccatelli, who does end up scoring it. And that is very nicely done by Ricky Riccatelli. Riccatelli. Hopefully that's spelled correctly. How do you spell Riccatelli? How many C's and how many L's is there? It's about that. So we'll go with that for now. And that is going to be 25 minutes into this game. They do score their second try now for the Blues in there. And we will go like this, and we will go like that as on try number 2. We don't know Obi, but he posted a video 4 days prior to his death in which he seemed quite depressed and concerned. You could tell he was in some type of distress. And now Riccatelli in there says, Betty, and also, bro, you have great pronunciation of the Pacifica names. Excellent, bro. Says Dakota, thank you very much, mate. I've been working on them a while. They were a tough one to get at the start of the season. Is that on the line? Don't know. It looked a little bit close. And I was like, Amish, did you hear of Will Smith's? I did hear of it, but I didn't really know too much about the situation other than what my mum told me pretty much on a live stream earlier on today. And yep, you got it. And there says Betty Wagon and Roman Soldiers. What a cool name. And there says David. And also we have got the, so Moana Pasifika, is it Samoa and Tonga team? Kind of. It's more, I mean, they've also got Cook Islands in there. I think they've got a Hong Kong player and then Moana Pasifika lineup. I think that is actually Tau Kalamatangi, I think is the fella from Hong Kong. Stephen Perafeta, sorry, just squeezes that one in. Yeah, I watched the stream when it went up. He was saying sorry a lot. And there says Obi. That one has gone over, and now they have got a 12-0 win or lead. Tell you what, my words are shocking at the moment, aren't they? All types of muddled. Cheers. That was water, by the way. Everyone always wonder if I've got like a massive glass of whiskey. It's not the case. It's just clean old water, or as clean as it can be from the tap. Kicked off now by Moana Pasifika. Straight to Stephen Perafeta and Denny Lewis. It's a New Zealand team for developing a Pacific Island talent. And then boys Fa'amolisi or Losi. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I feel like I'm getting it slightly wrong, aren't I? But now, going to be 27 and a half minutes in to this game. Goes in nicely to, it was Michael Curry. And now there is drugs somewhere. And there is, else says Betty. Now there is drugs somewhere. Or Moana Pasifika is meant to represent the Pacific Islands apart from Fiji. And they say, yeah, there's plenty of options for them to kind of find players. And yeah, hopefully it does end up developing some very good future stars. Because that's the thing, Samoa and Tonga, if they can get themselves a few more high-ranked players, and like the World Cup's just around the corner, I think Samoa have qualified, Tonga have not. They have to go through the repechage to be able to get themselves there. I'm just going to quickly check something as well, because I'm worried that I'm saying like a Tongan swear word. Where did it go? It disappeared. I'm just going to be checking what this actually means. Oh, okay, it says keep up in Samoan. That's all right. So that is keep up Moana Pasifika for that one. I was just making sure that I did have everything right, because I once ended up reading out a hype of, I think it was Tongan words that I didn't know. And then someone was like, hey, by the way, you've just said every Tongan swear word under the sun. And that was unfortunate for me. But that one's going to be an advantage now to the Blues here. Kensington is a nice place to go to for drugs or smoke. Just to let you know, I have no idea what you're talking about. And also, we've got the IC. So if there was no COVID, then the home stadium would beat Samoa and Tonga. Yeah, they would help represent a little bit more of the islands. Like I know that Fiji and Rua, they want to have their home ground as Suva, but they haven't been able to do so as of yet. But I think they're going there for a future one. So hopefully in future years, they can get them some more home games. But until then, I think it is going to be all out of New Zealand just for now at Mount Smart Stadium. Oh, D'Angelo Laula, the only way that you could describe that is D'Angelo Laula's shoulder went straight into the middle of the legs of Jacob Raita Maitavuki Nepkins, who's still got a smile on his face. So fair play to him, because that wouldn't have felt too comfortable. And Moana Pasifika played the Māori ABs in 2020, so they've been around for a bit. Didn't even realize Pasifika have been around for a bit, although this is their first year of Super Rugby. And a fun fact for you in that one is every single player for Moana Pasifika who played in that match, I don't believe any of them are playing for Moana Pasifika now, other than maybe one or two. Other than that, they had Josh Ioane as fly half. They had Michael Alalatoa in that 4-pack. And yeah, a heap of other players for that Moana Pasifika side. But now 45 metres out, Stephen Pitafetta puts up the high kick. It looks like AJ Lamb trying to line it up. It's bounced back onto the side. And now continuing to use that lead drive. I believe there was Tiniota Talia there. Now Inari goes back across. Cross kick from Stephen Pitafetta. It's up for Mark Talia. He puts it down. Tony Plumtree kicks it forward, but they're going back for the initial knock on. And also we've got the Tonga play the champions of the Asian rugby qualifiers. The winner of that competition goes straight to the World Cup. And the loser will play in the final qualifying tournament in France later this year. And also we've got that. Hamish, have you ever moved houses in your life? I have. I used to live in Christchurch when I was about 3. And then we did move further south. I think they smacked Talia in the face. It's not quite what you're supposed to do overall. And also we've got the and it's just me, or is a new Halo series is crap as well. I haven't actually seen too much of it yet. And hey, you're new, I'm random in the Obi. But yeah, I haven't actually looked into the game as of yet. So I don't know how good or bad it is. Unfortunately, our Fijian Drua is based in Australia at the moment. And they'll soon play home games in Suva soon, which is good. Because I feel like promoting the rugby game in the islands, like there's going to be huge support for the Fijian Drua, huge support for Moana Pasifika. How often do you go to Christchurch? Probably only really when I'm hopping on a plane, so not very often at all. Other than that, though, I don't think I've been in the last, like, probably 3 or 4 years, somewhere around there. But that's going to be the penalty now to the Blues as they look to try and build themselves towards maybe another try of some sort. They've got 12 points already on the board. Stephen Pitafetta, he could take the 3. But I don't think he'll want to. And I've been watching Hamish for a year and a bit. And there's Mazak. Have you changed your name, Mazak? Out of curiosity. And also the majority of the game for what Moana Pasifika will be playing in New Zealand. And they will play a selection of games in Tonga and Samoa. It is not commercially viable to play all those games in those countries as well, says Simon. And now they've kicked it for the corner. So that answers that question of whether or not they're going to go attacking or whether they do want to take on the easy 3 points. Right. Throwing the ball and taken nicely by Sam Gary. I'm looking there, and it looks like Nipple Lalala wants to have this one at the back of the rolling maul this time. I think he said to Ricky Riccatelli, hey, mate, I want to go. I used to be Dwaz. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Ricky Riccatelli, he's got the ball at the back, just waiting for his opportunity. He goes around the side, and he gets another there for Ricky Riccatelli. And that's 2 from 2 so far for him. And that will be in the 13th minute, or sorry, the 32nd minute of the game. He's just right place, right time. I actually thought they were leaving it for Nipple Lalala there, but instead, Ricky Riccatelli around the side says, yep, that'll do. And also, did you watch the Boba Fett series? It is better than The Mandalorian, asking because of your avatar. And there's our Sebastian. And also, does family live there, or do you just choose to go? So pretty much the airport is there, so that's the easiest way of, like, being able to go through, I guess. Like, the easiest way to get there to anywhere else, whether that's North Island, Australia, anywhere along those lines, you got to go to either Christchurch or Dunedin. We go Christchurch because then you're closer. That makes sense, hopefully. Also, Boba Fett was okay, not as good as Mando. And there's his Obi. Now currently 17 points to 0, sitting very nicely for the Blues in the early stages of this game, trying to work themselves towards that bonus point. And who do you think will win? I'd say the Blues are in the box seat here by quite a bit. And the potential for a bonus point, it's probably just around the corner, to be fair. Currently now, Stephen Pitafetta be lining up this kick here once again. I watched it. I loved it in there as well. And also, we've got there. What's the Black Cat score, says Danny Lewis. At the moment, they're coming along very nicely, the Black Cats. I will get that up for you once again. One moment. We will go like this. NZ versus Netherlands. I spelled that terribly, but it still knows what I meant. They are 119 for 1 after 23 overs. So they're doing it pretty comfortably. At this stage, they need 84 more runs of 27 overs, which is a lot of balls left, probably about another 162, somewhere around that mark. And now it's a good kick downfield from Stephen Pitafetta. Line out throw now for Moana Pasifika. But they need to find a way of shutting down that rolling maul, Ricky Riccatelli. North Island, South Island, West Island, aka Australia. And there's us, his Warriors fan. Exactly right. Latino Tole goes to the middle. It's taken nicely there in the end by, I believe it was Alex McRobbie, who's already out on the field as another has said, go Blues. And there's our now looking out their back line. Moana Pasifika, good crash ball. That was high from Luke Romano, very high. No one saw it? Okay, we'll just continue for now. But now that's popped out the side. It's going down the field. And it is going to be taken very nicely by the number 4 there. Michael Curry and Will Young and Henry Nichols have built a nice partnership up to, however. And then I was Hamish, will you think Ross Taylor will bat today? I want to watch his attacking batting. And yeah, it depends, because at the moment these two are doing very nicely for themselves. The Blues get 2 bonus point games. They will be above the Crusaders. Is that right, says Max? I will quickly get the table up for you guys. That's gone downfield once again. Now Stephen Petafeta passing it out the back line. That's the table as we currently sit. So if the Blues were able to get themselves 2 wins, they would be above the Crusaders, but the Crusaders would have to lose their next game. It's going to be the penalty there to Moana Pasifika straight off the feet, and I believe it was against Tame Plumtree, who was penalised there. As you can see, the Highlanders actually the only side in the whole competition who have not got themselves a single win so far, and they have played the 5 games. But Moana Pasifika, if they can finish this game within the 7 points, that will be the first goal for them. Currently 19 points behind, and I have a feeling they will have to kick for the corner here and go Moana Pasifika, says TJ there. And Aussie Go Blues says Avril. And if Moana Pasifika loses one draw, we'll have a good chance to make it in the top 8. Says Aksha, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, they are going to be playing a couple tough games coming up for both of these sides. The Moana Pasifika side, they actually have the Blues this weekend. And then Fiji and Rua, they will be taking on the Brumbies, I think it is. No, sorry, the Brumbies are playing the Reds. So I believe they will be playing the Waratahs this weekend. Thrown into the back. Latero Tole. And what's up with the Highlanders? They just haven't been able to find themselves their momentum this stage, unfortunately. But now, speaking of momentum, Moana Pasifika, only 5 meters out. It's a great rolling ball. They go down and they score at Moana Pasifika. And they are fired up for that one. Who was it? Who got down? I think it's Latero Tole. Number 2's scoring plenty of tries throughout this match, that is for sure. But Moana Pasifika have now got themselves on the try sheet. Moana Pasifika, there we go. Try scorers. I spelled it wrong. That's all right. Latero Tole scores himself his try. And he actually had a couple stints with the Blues last year, I believe it was, as injury cover and also suspension cover when Kurt Eklund decided he wanted to start suplexing people. But he's now scored his try. And come on, Blues. And then I just grabbed a Freddo Frog ice cream. That is one-sided. And then also the Highlanders are waiting to play the Aussies for some points. And then also why in some games, Hamish, there is no one-sided score. Team scores so much, and why other team doesn't score a single point. Why is this discrepancy or discrepancy? I think that is. But yeah, pretty much it just depends on the opposition. Like some sides do better than others because they've got some very, very good players amongst them. And also OMG Freddo Frog has ice cream, and yes, Aldi. There's says Aussie, and also the Highlanders need a good Will Smith. Yes. That situation. I still haven't looked up what happened for that one, but I feel like I'm going to have to after this live stream to find out exactly what the gist of it was. That's at the post. It hasn't gone over, though, for Moana Pasifika, so the score will remain 5 points to Moana Pasifika and 19 to the Blues with a minute and a half left in this first half. Seems like both sides are really wanting to get themselves over the board or over the try line. Very often Go Blues. What's Aldi? I believe it is the car company, if I'm not wrong. Oh, no, Aldi might actually be it's kind of like the supermarket, isn't it? If I'm not wrong. I was thinking of Aldi with the U. It's gone down. Mark D'Elia hit his face on the ground. That wouldn't have been too nice for him. Okay, the Blues, they've got a couple options here, whether or not they want the line out or whether they do want the scrum. In fact, it is going to be the question asked for Moana Pasifika. I was at a shopping centre and there was not taking a joke. And there, as I says, David Amon and also Go Blues, says Avril for that one. But it was not quite taken cleanly by Mark Tilly. He went up for him, or went up for it, didn't quite line it up, and he ended up almost landing awkwardly. Luckily for him, he did land safely, though. Now, NRE passing it out. Looks like they're going to be going for a counter-attack here for Moana Pasifika. They're only 30 metres or so out from their own line. Now, NRE fires it back into the pocket. Lincoln McClutchy kicks it way downfield. The Blues have still got time to try and attack here if they do decide to do so. Now, good step from Jacob Raita Maitavuki. Nepkins doesn't find the offload. What's a shopping centre? A supermarket, actually, in there, says Aussie Cricket. Down the wing, was that Stephen Perafeta? No, it was Daniela Taleo who dropped that ball. We've got 5 seconds left. Okay, they're playing the scrum. So we go there. Don't spam in the chat, you wee dog. There's Sebastian there. Currently one last chance here. Handling errors 8 against the Blues. That's a lot. That is certainly more than they would have liked to have here for their first half of rugby. But now Moana Pasifika once again will have one more attacking opportunity. I hope they don't kick this straight into touch. I feel like this is the perfect attacking opportunity. Once the Blues get the ball, they'll kick it into touch, I would think. But Moana Pasifika here is going to test out their gas tank. But if they can get through this little bit of tough little moment in the game, it's gone down the front row. They might even get themselves a penalty if they're lucky here. It's gone down on the front row. One more scrum. And also we have got the Amish can become moderator in this channel. Or can I become moderator in this channel to prevent spam? And he's coding at this stage. On this one, we have got a few more moderators. I think we've got about 6 or 7 on this one, whereas on the sport channel, we only had the 1 or 2. So at this stage, I think for person compared to like people in the chat ratio, this one is a lot better overall. Currently now 40 meters out. It's gone down on the front row. Free kick here for Moana Pasifika. Please don't kick the ball out, Henry. Don't do it. Oh, he's done it. Why would you do that, Henry? That is going to be the end of the first half. And it is going to be 19 points to 5 here. Okay, where's Johnny Blaze? And there's Aussie's over. And also it costs $5 if you want to grab them now. And there is Aussie's Aussie cricket for that one. But Johnny Blaze normally is here for the Chiefs games, I think. So we might see him on Sunday perhaps. But on a working night, he could still be working, to be fair. But that is the end of the first half. Just a big yawn from myself overall. But at the moment, they're advertising the Cricket World Cup. Of course, New Zealand didn't do too well in their competition. Sadly, we got knocked out. But speaking of knockouts, at this stage, Jack Lamb, they thought he was knocked out earlier. I'm probably smoking a joint or staring at birds. Hits over in there, Sebastian. Well, that one. Yeah, so we've already seen Alex McRobbie, Josh Kiefer. They are both actually out on the field at times throughout this game, but Josh Kiefer had to go back off due to Jack Lamb being able to return. On the bench for the Blues, I'm looking through at their options. They've got Ofatonga Fasi. Also there, it is going to be Violini Ikuasi. He's one to watch out for. And then Finley Christie there as well. Corey Evans and Josh McKenzie. So I assume Mark Talia will be out there for the whole game. I'd say that Jacob Raitamaitavuki Nepkins goes off for maybe Josh McKenzie, and then Corey Evans might go on for Tanielo Talia as my prediction. And yeah, it will be Baz definitely. And there, as I says, it was from Obi. But then on the bench, I'm looking forward. I mean, Solomon Ikata started this match, so I assume someone else will be coming off the bench for them. And then Lolagi Vizier is another one to watch out for in that second half. But for anyone who is wondering about the game that has taken place in the cricket, they are still only 1 down here for the Black Caps. Also, did you see Will Price tackle? I did not. Which tackle are we talking? Xavier, do let me know. I am just going to be getting up some stats to do with this one. Like that. Also, why would he be looking at birds' tits as well? And also, we have got that just coming in from Rugby Itch streaming. And they say Sammy Sizes are welcome in, mate. Is he enjoying this performance? Surely he is a Blue supporter. He would be loving it at this stage. And also, he's a man of strong convictions in there as well. Says Sebastian there. But currently, looking through at the bench, they've also got Ray Nuya and also Sawani Vakina as a two option. I sent you the tackle on Instagram. Did you? Okay, it has not come through as of yet, I don't believe. Unless it was from way earlier. Was it way earlier? I am looking through, and I don't think I've got it by the looks of it. Currently now, we have got the halftime break into this matchup where we will get to see the second half just a few moments away. Now, the big thing that I'm looking forward to is seeing how long all these sides can kind of keep that stamina going. Henry Nichols, he just got his 50 in the cricket, so now New Zealand are sitting in a good position And that one's sitting at a total of, where'd it go? It's hiding. He got himself up to that, and they are 137 for 1. Stats are good. I'm just making sure that Will Young, he is still at the crease, which is good to see. Here we go. Right, that is handled, and also we have got that Steve Smith comfortably. And there's our Sebastian. Also, we have got there. Hamish, can you name the viewer of Kiwi Lads channel who has donated most New Zealand dollars in YouTube Super Chat, and give shout out to that guy? It's definitely Steve Smith. He is a very generous individual, but there have also been a few who have just done it consistently for a long time, such as a David / actually now David the Mod. Of course, we've had Robert, we had Xavier, who's in the chat at the moment. He once donated to a Chinese food fund that got started up for that one. And also Johnny Blaze, Rio Gamer, a couple of the first initial ones. Isaac's even donated some in the past as well. And I want to make sure that I give everyone a shout out, and I don't want to miss any names. But I think those are the main ones that come to mind at the moment. There's probably other people as well that I wish that I could remember alongside it. And also we've got there, keep up the good work. And this is Danny Lewis. And also, what is your prediction between Waratahs versus the Draw? I think the Waratahs win it, but it's at the Draw's home ground, isn't it? So maybe the Draw can sneak it. And that one. And also, Oz Guy, do you still have wagon wheels in Australia? I love those biscuits, and the quick turnarounds will literally get almost every player in that Moana Pasifika squad straining their depth. Of course, Robbie is happy the Blues are leading at halftime. Says Sammy Sosa there as Blues need a bonus point win. They certainly do. If they get anything less than that bonus point win, I think they'll be disappointed, just because they have got that potential. Nepo Lalali almost went over for a try. And also we have got there, do Sebastian Grammar, you ever super chatted? He is in Romanian thingy-mabobs that I can't remember the name of. But they looked fancy. It had a nice little fancy logo. It was like the Romanian thing. Can't remember the currency of Romania. A Romanian not a Romanian rupee. A Romanian thingy-mabob. And also we have been donated in I think we got donated in rupees as well one time. Once or twice coding. And as I said, Sebastian, and also we have got who cares who sends money anyway. Exactly right. Like at the end of the day, like even you guys leaving a like on these live streams is huge in terms of helping put them out to more people. And like I always say, anything that's made off the channel just goes straight back into the channel. Like whether it is subscription services, a bucket hat, a hard drive. I had to buy my 4th hard drive last week. Yeah, it was unfortunate, but I ran out of space again. Also, Ron and Trucking Down Under, of course, he has donated to us quite a few times in the past. So those are the main ones that I do remember, but there are other names. I think I can go through everyone, but I won't go through all of them just because some people like to donate without getting too much recognition for it overall. And I can kind of understand why that is, although some will get annoyed because I just put it right up on the screen and get to see the homes team still in it. Although the next 40 minutes will break or make or break Moana. And also, what's the stadium behind you, mate? It is, I believe it's supposed to be Mount Smart Stadium. I believe it is anyway. Yeah, we'll go with that. It is where the game is being played. And also, we don't actually use the euro. We've decided to keep our currency. And I send likes and good banter. And that is all you can ask for at the end of the day. Like, that's the thing. Our rugby community has been growing like more and more as of late, and we just have no intentions of slowing down. We've got rugby, we've got cricket, we've got all sorts coming on the channel. We've even got some other behind-the-scenes stuff coming up with random videos, unsport related, but that will be over on probably a different channel because some of it might not be censored. Not so much as in like censored for bad stuff, but more censored for swearing and whatnot. And also, what was that? What did I do? I don't think I upset anyone. It is. He's tracking down. No. So pretty much, it was asked who are some people who have donated on the channel, and then it was, yeah, I did mention yourself, and also I mentioned how some people who donate probably do it like kind of, I guess, without expecting the recognition. Not yourself in there, but just in general. I think it just got sent now. It was taking a long time to send. Okay, it still hasn't come through for myself as of yet, but yeah. Not yourself as in getting upset or anyone getting upset with you. I think it's the opposite. My mum loves you at this stage. Cheers to that. So well done, Romania. And there says David the mod. David, what's happened to your little badge thing? Is that the same David? David, your little badge has disappeared. Is that still David? I see the last two messages from David have disappeared. I think Amish was just talking about the general house rules of the chat there. As Arnold Will Smith is angry in March, wait till August rolls around. Smashing off topic. Have you ever been to jail in Romania? And check Instagram. It still hasn't actually come through. And my notifications. Hello, Amish. How you doing? Hope you are well. I'm terrible at reading that one, wasn't I? I'm happy to see my New Zealand team in front at halftime, as I says Andre Dumini. And it still has the mod badge. That's so weird. Mine's disappeared for the last couple. Or not the mod badge, sorry, the little membership badge. Like, I can go up to here, right? Just one moment, Dale. We're going to do some demonstration. Where are you? David the mod here. Okay, that's not the best message, of course. But you see that little circle thing here? Right, that was at 7:50. And then I go down to one of his newer messages. Someone stole your little thingy, David. So I was taking it away. I was like, I don't know, is everyone else a good half of rugby so far? Also streaming the game as well. There's Rugby Itch. And yeah, the Blues doing very nicely for themselves. At this point in time, okay, all good. Didn't quite hear what you said. That's all. Says chuck it down under there. And didn't see Katie in the weekend. Says David, I think it was time zones were a bit rough. And also, I think I got a message from her, was it last week or the week before, saying that she wasn't feeling that great overall. So she might have been just resting. Cheers. I feel like I'm going to finish that water in no time at the moment. Yeah, Xavier, it hasn't actually come through yet. Is it still processing maybe? Because it doesn't seem like it likes me. Dane Zander receives 3-game ban for high tackle versus Waratahs. He's the one who accidentally ate the guy's face, wasn't he? I think. Also, you steal some subscribers from here. As I see series over there. And also, I'll go check my subscriptions. He's David the mod. And also, that's good. Romania is a very violent place. I've been on jail tour, but not actually imprisoned. And there, it's weird because, like, it's as if maybe for the very first time that you signed up might have been during one of the live streams way back. And I was like that little tiny guy or a little tiny moment. And I was like, how's the idea of videos going? We've got quite a list. We've bought something that will help us be able to complete one of the ideas, which hopefully goes smoothly. Overall, and also we've got there, Let's Go Blues. And this is Duncan. I met a guy who set a library on fire. I couldn't stop laughing. Says a lot. I mean, if you're going to do it anywhere, I guess somewhere with a lot of paper is a decent idea. But why did he set the library on fire? Were they like, you owe us $5 for an overdue library book? And then he was just like, nah. Am I bro too much yakety yak? It's half time though, so we haven't really got too much else to talk about at the moment, unfortunately, other than the fact that pretty much the Blues have been looking strong throughout the early stages. And also we have got there, I'm having a whiskey. It gives me superpowers and also bring back the sumo suit. No sumo suit for ourselves in this one. But anyone wondering about the try scorers in this match, Tamati Tua got himself the first try. Ricky Riccatelli, 2 rolling maul tries, getting them off the next 2 little plays. And then after that, we did see Latero Tole go over the line and get himself another one. And also, Hamish, I don't know him. And there's his Avril for that one. And also, I've got there, I got locked in a prison in Milton. I was the first person locked in that prison. We helped build it. We called it the Milton Hilton. Sounds fancy as well. Currently, the position, it's more in favor of the Blues for this first half. Same with territory, and they haven't really been able to hold on to the ball, unfortunately. About 9 handling errors in that first half. But currently, we've got another car ad, which looks nice. I think it's the Kia. Is it a Kia? It is a Kia. An electric Kia. I didn't realize that Kias were electric at this stage, but the more you know, I guess. Currently, Moana Pasifika, if they get themselves 2 more tries, they'll be within the 7, which is huge for them. Even if they convert 1, it would be ideal for them. But currently, first try scorer of the second half. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will be able to get themselves the first try of the second half. My pick's probably Ricky Riccatelli, to be fair. He's been going very nicely, but instead I'll go Nipple Lalala, someone else in the front row. It was accidental. It was back when you were allowed to smoke inside. He didn't put it out. burnt down the whole library, no intent. But he had to pay for it. Still funny though. Geez, that would have been an expensive venture. Books are expensive, aren't they? You got to pay what do you pay, like $50 for a week? And Dan just hopped back on the live. So welcome back, Brody. Hopefully Moana Pasifika have a stronger second half and let's go Blues. And then Obi, as long as you've learnt your lesson and you won't go to jail again. Or I think he helped build it. So that was why he was... Yeah, we helped build it. It was called the Milton Hilton. So I think he got locked in it because they were building it and testing it out maybe. So he just got trapped inside a cell. And also Ricky, and therefore Ricky Riccatelli down. Let's go Blues, ya boy, fire. And there from Averill. Currently now line breaks 2 for the Blues, 0 for Moana Pasifika. Penalties conceded, those 6 against Moana Pasifika compared to the 2 conceded by the Blues, which is a big change in those 2 stats. Line out 1, we've had 30 line outs. 30 line outs in this. Surely not. Surely that can't be right. If we've had 30 line outs, no wonder we're seeing some stop-start, but everyone's going for the corner rather than kicking it for the post. I guess an Aussie, my boss, locked me in during our lunch break. And there says Obi for that one. So I guess the life lesson would be don't trust your boss in that situation. Currently kicking meters, a few more for Moana Pasifika in their starting lineup. They've got Alex McRobbie at 5. That was a replacement for Xavier Cowley Tuioti, who was out of there. And then also the back line is completely identical for Moana Pasifika. So the question is, who do the Blues make replacements with? I'd say Nipo Lulala might get subbed relatively quickly. The reason behind that is I think they'll be saving him for this weekend's game. As I also Detroit, Moana Pasifika says Averill for that one. And also Drew played the Tars again, or playing the Tars again should be a good one. Although I see the woman likely to win than the men, since the Super Rugby and Super Woman will be played alongside each other on the same day. There you go, same ground as well, I would assume, maybe. But it's going to be kicked off now for the second half. We're back underway. And there says David Ahmad. That's kicked out on the full by Moana Pasifika. That's not... Oh, in fact, it was kicked out on the full by Stephen Perafeta, which is not what he would have been wanting at the start of the second half. But we've still got 40 minutes left of this game between the 2 sides. They're showing the Sharks versus the Knights. I assume that has taken place a little bit further into the week. I believe that's on Friday night that will be taking place. Currently, Alex Hodgman, he looks very confused. I don't know why. It's a scrum. He's done it many times before. Solomon Ikata hasn't really had a huge opportunity so far throughout this. And Wendy Petrie is hot. I have no idea who that is overall. I know that David's got a picture of Gabriella Sabatelli, something along those lines. But now, on the halfway line, it will be a scrum feed here for Moana Pasifika. If they get themselves a try, it's gone down to the front row. Okay. Going to be the scrum reset now between the 2 sides once again. But NRE not going to put the ball in when it's nowhere near stable for them. Currently, front rows clashing together. I believe it's going to be Alex Hodgman, Nepo Lulala, and also Ricky Riccatelli against Abraham Paul, Latero Tale, and Joe Apakatoa. Off topic about Hamish, bro, do you want to rule, or do you want the rule of hanging people back again in jails? I don't know how to answer that one, so I'll say no comment. Currently now 41 and a half minutes through this. Well, that took a dark turn. It did, didn't it? And only if they are Australians, says Obi. The NRE takes a quick dab now out the back line. Finney, an easy ball on the inside. Lincoln McClutchy taking it nicely. And they move their way up to the 22 now. NRE passes it back across to Joe Apakatoa, the man who played for the Chiefs a little bit. Still driving forward. Very close to becoming a rolling maul, but continued to get their lead drive going there. Backline movement. Out to Tuatavuki. Ball on the inside. Solomoni Kata held up. And I don't think he's been able to get it down. Think he's going to be held up for that one, but they might check upstairs. Oh, cricket, what sort of question is that? And well, bad people deserve it. And there's Al. Interesting one for a rugby live stream. It also says there, Arabia do this a lot, and Aussie Cricket, mate, has a manners for the live, bro. And there's Brody, right? I think Solomon Kata got turned to his back. So I don't believe he got it down. It's held out, and it's now going to be a goal line dropout. And there's a Gala in the chat. A Galah. I haven't heard Galah since Home and Away with Alf Stewart. He says doesn't he say Flaming Galah or something like that? Tuatavuki doing nicely. It was great work by Jacob Right to Maitavuki Nepkins needed to get where he did, and he did get there, and that's why he didn't score. That's analysis for you. Made no sense, but it works. Now running onto the ball. Oh, that wasn't well controlled there. Forward to Angelo Leula. Continuing to drive forward just a little bit more now around the side. Solomon Ikata, he wants that try that he missed out on. The Japanese still do it. And there's his Fleshin. Currently now 30 metres out. Nice inside ball. Alex McRobbie wishes he was a little bit quicker off the mark. Henry now goes back across here once again. Now ball behind him. That's taken it very nicely. I believe that was Summer Benefi now. Did line up there. One that's dropped by Joe Apakata, but it's going back for the initial penalty in favour of Moana Pasifika. 43 minutes through. It's starting to fly by, isn't it? For the second half, but we have still got the matchup taking place later on tonight between Pakistan and Australia. We're hoping to at least cover one of the two innings, which will be another 50 overs of talking for myself. So hopefully the voice lasts. Ayo sus Kiwi lads as well. And there's overall, and also we've got Hamish Bro, New Zealand, 161 or 162 for 1 and 29 overs progress. Or Young 86 runs now. So yeah, they are certainly doing nicely for themselves, New Zealand. The next game on Saturday. Unfortunately, there's about 5 overlaps on Saturday. So I'm not too sure which games we're going to be covering at what times. But Super Rugby is a definite. It's just what else we can fit in around the Super Rugby competition. And now, line out throw for Letero Tolai, taken very nicely for Moana Pasifika. They're going backwards quite drastically currently, but now it's starting to wheel its way around just a tad. I believe Henry's trying to slap the man out of there. Alex Hodgman, he's got his hands on the ball, trying to pull them backwards. Now it's still starting to roll forward here. Moana Pasifika reset their rolling maul. Now 5 metres out. And also we've got the Avril, you're all over the shop, mate. Now only a few metres out. Who's got this ball? Looking through for it. They've been told to use it once. I'm still trying to work out who's got it. There's about 7 men who go over. It's going to be the try there for Moana Pasifika. And it's going to be, once again, Letero Tolai. If you've got a 2 on your back, you're scoring in this match. And you're not just scoring once. It's a second try now for Letero Tolai. It's a battle with the rolling mauls. That'll be another one. Wait, that's not Letero Tolai that they're showing. Who that? Was it Letero Tolai who scored it? I'm trying to look for him with the ball in hand. I don't know whether or not he did have it. He drops his head in the end. Did he end up with it, or did someone else get it? Someone else might have been able to get that ball down. Oh, no, he didn't have it. Letero Tolai, I believe that's actually Abraham Pole was able to score himself a try. That's easier than Letero Tolai. Geez, no one would have picked him as the first try scorer of the second half. That is for sure. 45 minutes through, and Abraham Pole has been able to score himself the try. We have got there, Denny has been, and there we have also got, that's why I said off topic, because it was a random question. And there, and also we have got there, Hamish watched a Japanese real life event show where contestants participate in daunting tasks. I've only heard of it. I haven't even seen it. I've watched Wipeout, but I don't think that's very similar. There's some rain. Yeah, it is. Starting to rain at Mount Smart Stadium. Not what we want, but Moana Pasifika now getting themselves a little bit closer in this game. The score is going to be 12 points to Moana Pasifika and 19 to the Blues. And I was like, yes, sir. And there says Brody, but they're going to be under pressure here, the Blues. They need to make sure that they don't have disciplinary issues. For this one, I need to score 1 between the posts, says Yankee Jeff. And there, is that one of your, I guess, is it part of like a multi or something, or is it just a bet that you have got in terms of who you think or what you think will happen? Or a red card. And there it says Janky Jeff. All that one as well. And also, I like Aussie randoms. And there as well says OB. It's going to be kicked off by Stephen Petafetta. This time it has not gone into touch, which is a better start to it. Tavuki taking it nicely. And now about 25 minutes out, another upset. You think there's a possibility. Moana Pasifika is certainly a side that you cannot underestimate. The big thing here for the Blues, though, will be structure. If they can handle the structure that we think that they should be able to, they should be all right. But it's always hard to say what's Geordie Shore. They faced each and every day the task of using their brains. And this is a match that also Denny has been training for the Highlanders for 4 weeks as online to debut versus the Crusaders. There we go. So he might get an opportunity sooner rather than later. And also go for multis. That probably won't happen, says Yankee Jeff. So you need him to score literally between the posts or behind the posts. Because between the posts for a wing is a tricky task. That is for sure. And Takashi Kashal was a classic mad Japanese show The Moana Pasifika is coming back strongly in the back end of the game. Well done. And there's RCS coding. Currently 47 minutes through. There's only 7 points difference. Now, I'm just thinking through to that game up against the Chiefs, how one-sided that game was for them over Moana Pasifika. But then from there, we've just seen a whole new Moana Pasifika side. It's as if getting absolutely dominated in one game has given them the confidence to go forward. Speaking of going forward, Luke Romano, currently the captain, getting a carry on the halfway line. Lepo Lalala passes a back. Good hit there from Solomoni Kata. Little counter ruck there from the Moana Pasifika side for a winger, yes. And there, as well, says Junkie Jeff. Around the side, they were able to work extremely hard. It was a massive hit on Petafeta originally. Now it's a loose ball. Going back for the penalty. They know the referee was going to blow his whistle, but then he didn't actually go for it in the end. And also, we have got the Hamish growing up. Which cartoons you watch the most? Probably Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo. Those are my two big ones. Probably that I spent the most time. And also, Blues are like the Warriors. Maybe next year, guys. Here's Ovi Snake. That was another big yawn, wasn't it? We all go like this. This is the table as it sits. So if Moana Pasifika win this game up against the Blues, not saying it will happen as of yet, but if it did, they would go from 11th, right up to 9th, which will put them just outside of the top 8. The Blues, if they get a bonus point, they will move up to 14, but with the points differential, they will be just a little bit further down than the Chiefs. But these two sides, they play off again on Saturday. It was a big hit from Solomon Kata right in the midsection of Steven Petafeta. And also we have got their Warriors, a trash team, haven't won anything. Imagine Moana Pasifika win this game. It would be huge for them. And let's have another golden point, says Sebastian. I don't know whether my heart could take another golden point. That one last time was stressful enough for both of the sides. Taken nicely now by Alex McRobbie, 10 metres out from the line. And rolling balls have been pretty much a clinical aspect of both sides attacking play. Around the side here for Latero Tolai. Trying to offload that ball back. They've got another advantage. Alex Hodgman trying to slow them down. They go down just over the line. That's going to be another try for Moana Pasifika off the rolling maul. Has everyone forgotten how to defend one, I guess? But that is going to be going over. NBA team support in there as well. I haven't really got an NBA team per se, but speaking of Latero Tolai scoring another one. So I mentioned how anyone with the 2 on the back gets a couple tries. He's now added his second try. And that is going to be a brilliant one for Moana Pasifika. And Will Young on 91 just on the verge of made 100. And no, says Aksha. And then also 92 Dream Team. And that one is, oh, wow. Says the Division Waratahs versus Red Super Rugby final. Mark my words, says Aussie Cricket there. I tell you what, Golden Point could be just around the corner here. Although the Moana Pasifika side are playing this like they're going to win it rather than just Golden Point it. I'm going to check the odds because I feel like at the start of this match they were $5.50 when they were 19-0 down. They would have been even higher than that. I think Aaron Major's coaching style suits Moana Pasifika perfectly. Hat-trick for him, I bet you. And there says Brody for that one, and also the Magic. Says Aussie. So currently, Moana Pasifika to win this game is paying $3.60. The Blues to win it is paying $1.25. Oh, they're checking something. Uh-oh, the TMO has come out and about. So that might change things. Also, Malo boys. And Fa'amolosi. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly there. They're checking for a double movement to see whether or not the knees was down. Aaron Major, he's doing good. He is. He's working very hard with his side. I think Aaron Major's, with that coaching style fitting perfectly, it seems like he's building an environment for the team, not just on the field, but off it as well. Like everyone's just embracing the culture. So they're feeling like he's down. I think he's allowed to go down like that. Well, I might need to see the other angle before I decide no Blues. And he says, Avril, although it's not over yet, they are going to be checking to see whether or not it was a double movement. So many yawns. Right, where does he go down? Is he down there? I think that's all just using momentum. Right, his knee's down there. You'd have to say that that is another knee. Almost propelling, so I believe that's going to be a no try here for Latero Tolai. But they were very close. Okay, I think that's going to be called as a no try. No try. Latero Delay misses out. He was close. Just a little bit of double movement there. And once again, he's going to get that try taken off him. I've given him a try twice. And both times it's either been because someone on his team has scored the try instead, or it's been a disallowed try now. Like that, we will go like that. And this is Mum. But now they get another go. They've got an advantage anyway. So that is good news here for Moana Pasifika. And yes, and this is Aksha. But currently now, no, says Brody. A lot of people wanted that try to stand, and now they've got another opportunity from 5 meters out. Nichols finally gone. Roscoe will now be coming in. Hopefully he doesn't get dismissed cheaply, Ross Taylor. I feel like that would be pretty disappointing for him in his final series. But Lincoln McClutchy kicking this one for the corner. Moana Pasifika, they're still right in this contest. I'm getting annoyed with yawning so much. I don't know why I'm yawning. I think it's from every once in a while I look over at the lineups and just make eye contact with my light. Also, the odds he scores off this penalty, I'd say 50% or so. But there's also probably about a 30% chance that he doesn't have a straight line-out throw. He's got past that stage. Now going for the rolling maul. It's gone down in the front. And Alex Hodgman just bulldozing his way straight through the middle of it, having to work hard. I think they're going to have to use this one extremely soon here for Moana Pasifika because Luke Romano's on the ball as well. I think that one is going to be isolated here. Well done from Luke Romano. Now it's getting a little bit closer to the touchline, though it goes out, and it's going to be the line out for the Blues. Very nicely done. It's because you are tired as well. No, I slept pretty well. I got 20 hours of sleep the other night, and then I slept for another 9 hours last night, so I'm all good. I also averaged about 174 for 2. Henry Nichols out. He is 57 runs, mate, and go Moana Pasifika, mate. I'm up Moana Pasifika. And there says Leo, they just got trapped towards the touchline. I think it was Luke Romano and also Alex Hodgman, just ruthless, get him through the middle. And then from there, we were able to force him into touch. And did they chuck Ross Taylor the ball again? Not quite. I believe maybe last game they might decide to give him a go for that one. But they also had Blair Tickner, who was on 4 wickets, so they tried to get him his final wicket to get the 5 for Ricky Riccatelli. Going to the back now, taken nicely there by Tane Plumtree, met by some solid defence from Moana Pasifika. I've been told to hold on the far side, fire back into the pocket. Stephen Pettifett, a lot of pressure on him. Does find touch, so I believe they will take this one quickly for Moana Pasifika, firing it back across now. The hands of D'Angelo Leola, trying to straight and runs it straight. And it was big AJ Lamb. We haven't really seen too much of him throughout this matchup. It's a penalty to the Blues, though. Player leaving his feet. And Alex Hodgman, he's had to work hard throughout the early stages. Go, boys, Moana. And there's Frank Master for that one. But currently, I'd say we're probably not too far away from either side making subs in those front rows. You don't want to really drain your front row before you get into that game for Saturday. I believe Nipo Lalala or also maybe Carl Tuanokiafi or Fatonga Fasi, one of those guys, will be about for the game on Saturday. So it's whether or not both of them are going to be well rested or not. Hey, Hamish, how's it, mate? Says Carl Peterson, doing very well, mate. Hope you are doing well. Oh, we almost kept that ball in for the Blues, but just gone into touch for it was Tamasi Alosio. And that was a good job, boys. And there's Vega. And also we have got another chat. What is Ross Bowl? He's normally off spin, slow off spin. He did get himself a wicket in the Bangladesh Test series from his 150 innings or whatever it was. He got his 3rd wicket. I'm off for dinner. Be back in 1-6, says Aussie Cricket. So we will see you a bit later on. But I hope you are doing well, Carl. What time is it in South Africa? It must be early morning, aren't you? I don't really know. But he's got a wicket before against Bangladesh. And there says Aussie Mozzie. Go Blues, says Avril Wright. We've got Joe Upakatoa going off of our, that is for Apua at this stage. I'm looking through. I see Nipo Lalala at the back. And he will be keen to hold on to that ball possibly for himself here. He'd love to be able to score it, even though Ricky Riccatelli, I think, is asking for it again at the back. So looking well set here for the Blues. Luke Romano joins at the back now. They are trying to stop it from going forward. They've been told to use it once. It looks like a bit of a muddled mess currently. I think Moana Pasifika defending this one quite nicely indeed. Now they've got the advantage. Adrian Cho joining up as well. Getting closer and closer for the Blues. Someone's going over. I think it's short. No, I think Adrian Cho's got his ball on the line for that one. And also, what do you reckon, bro? Can Moana pull off an upset tonight? They certainly don't want this one to be the try, but I think Adrian Cho is about as close as you can get to scoring that one. Luke Romano likes it. Come on, Moana. And there it's 9:30 a.m. and okay, all will be sorted in the morning. And there's us, says David there. Okay. Ball on the ground underneath the chest of Luke Romano. Did he get it over the line? The captain of the Blues for this game. Okay. Is this going to be the try for this one? Right. Luke Romano, where's the ball? There it is. There it is. He's going down. I think that's over for Luke Romano. Scientifically, I'd like to say that momentum had him just before the line, and then after Moana Pasifika, a good playing good neck minute. It is and also 9:30, and South Africa Morse would still be in bed for 9:30 a.m. Okay, saying you can't see it down over the line. See, for me, it's short there. For me, that's on the line. But you can't see it, so it's not clear, conclusive evidence. And also, we have got their shout-out Xavier Kelly Tuioti, unfortunately injured in the first about 10 minutes of this game and has been taken off. So hopefully he is all right, but he is a very good player. Just unfortunate that he did get injured in the early stages. On-field decision, no try. Oh, no, it's on-field decision of try because he saw it grounded. Never mind. Luke Romano scores the try there. Luke Romano. There we go. He has scored the try in the 55th minute. And now Moana Pasifika are going to have to make up a few more points to be able to get themselves in front. And not going to lie, but I miss Super Rugby with the South African side. So do I. Like, I feel like it just added that extra physicality into the competition. Like, even if we had the two new teams, Moana Pasifika, Fiji, and Drua, and just had a 16-team Super Rugby competition, it would be kind of cool. Or I'm just going to put this out here, which probably no one will worry about, but why don't we get the Griquas and the Cheetahs into Super Rugby or something? Like those two sides, well, for one, the Cheetahs got kicked out of the URC. We'll take them. If they want to come over, they probably don't. Overall, they probably would rather stay in South Africa for it, but, give them a run, see how they go. Although that would mess up the Curry Cup, so I guess I should just be quiet, shouldn't I? That one's missed again for Stephen Petafeta, and how's Barrett doing? And they're not playing. He is still injured, unfortunately. And also, do you think if Denny plays, he'll make a big impact against the Crusaders? He might take a little bit of time to get used to, Super Rugby, just a little bit. He is a good player, so hopefully he does go decently. And also, what happened, your scoreboard, or for scoreboard, bro, please, and there says Viga has just updated, so it is 24 points to 12 at Strange Tuesday Cricket, then Rugby. And there, or instead of Cheetahs bringing the Sharks. And there's says Max, although I think they're pretty content in the URC. As my dad's a Redcliffe Dolphins member. Go Blues. And also it made every team to play hard and physical. And that certainly did. But 25 metres out from their line now, the Blues. Be waiting for this one. Still 24 minutes left in this game between the two sides now. Now Finley Christie puts up the box kick. And it will be sitting up on the halfway line nicely. Now for Lolagi Visigny. He's one to watch out for. South African teams are talking about, or you're talking about, are looking for an international tournament. And the Jaguares in Argentina. Who knows? Maybe we could be that door. Although they probably wouldn't let them because of time zones and whatnot, unfortunately. And one more try for the Blues. That's the bonus point. And there. And also, what's the crowd number, says Octodad. At this stage, I'd say we've got about 5,000 in attendance. It doesn't look like too much more. But I wouldn't say it's too many less than 3,000 in attendance for this one. It's going to be the big man Apua now. Who's having to carry forward, and how's the battle of Auckland going? And this is NQ. The stage relatively close, other than that last try really blowing the Blues a little bit further forward. Luke Romano, actually, the try scorer for that one. First game as captain of the Blues, has been able to score it. Solomon and Kate around the side. Oh, it's dropped. And it's a little knock on, but they're going back for the initial penalty to Moana Pasifika. And also, I've got there, what high school did you go to? So I did go 1 or 2-1, which is just the local high school. It's not really a huge area that we've got, but it's halfway in between Timaru and Oamaru, if you guys know whereabouts that is. Also, RMPs, or rest in peace, G-Man and WDF, G-Man passed, Emmanuel Sirius. Yeah, unfortunately, on Friday night, he did end up passing away. Oh, no, sorry, not Friday night, Sunday night it was. I believe we were actually doing rugby live streams at the time and couldn't quite believe the news. But apparently it was something to do with he collapsed and they weren't able to resuscitate him, from what I've heard. But that could just be hearsay at this stage, but that was from someone who was relatively close with him. So it's hard to tell what happened that situation, how's the URC so far for you? Hamish, impressed by the Stormers with only 3 Springboks. They've been playing pretty well. And Sal's, we've got a TMO here. Right, what's going on now? Was he on your streams or our streams? And he says Aussie Cricket. I think he joined in for a couple, but we never actually did a collaboration. We had one all lined up about a month ago, but he did end up being a bit busy, so we weren't able to get it done, which is quite a shame. And that one, could the Cheetahs afford all the travel? Probably not, which is why they'd need some either monumental funding. Oh, Nipple Lalali, you dirty boy. That's a red. I was like, yep, G-Man sometimes came on. And there says over, he has been in our chat a couple of times in the past, and we've been in his a few times. Oh, Nipple Lalali, you stupid goose. He's going to be going for a red card, and also there you go, blue. And there says Avril, and also, do you ever go to the games in person? Not really. I think the last time I went to was when I was a lot younger. He's braced the shoulder. That's a 3-week ban, Nippo. You're not going to be playing this weekend, mate. That is going to be the red card for Nippo Lolala. Goose, as I like to call him. For that situation, it's just no need. You're winning the game by 12, and now you've stuffed your team. Say it simply. Nippo Lolala, bit of a brain fade there. Not a smart moment, and he will be going off. And could you? And there as well. And he's gone for it. Nippo Lolala. He certainly is. And red card says Louis, just not necessary from him. I mean, Nippo Lalala, how confused can you be about something straightforward like that? All right, also, they are. Good job. And there says Paddy Wagon that Nippo Lalala sent off the field, and now he is going to be missing for the last little stage of this game. Right. 20 minutes, with 3 minutes left, they'll be able to bring on someone else to replace him. But for now, the Blues are going to have to play with 14. And this is a huge opportunity. Hey, that's the Kopi Kipu actually in the coaching box. I've been that concentrated on the fact that Aaron Mange is in there that I never actually realized that Sakopi Kipu was right next to him. Fair play. In the coaching box, he is a very experienced player. Nippo Lalala is known for dim low moments when he stole the ball from the successfully defended ruck. Yeah, not the best idea. All right, but Soani Vakina now, he will be making his way out onto the field for Ricky Riccatelli. That was in the Rebels game, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong, or the Waratahs, one of the two. That might almost be an advantage for coming down a bit too early. Nope, they say it's all right. Now, currently, Moana Pasifika trying to drive their way forward. Sam Derry trying to tie that one up. It's going to be the advantage now. This could be another card, depending on how bad this goes for the Blues, but I think it will just be a penalty at this point in time. They're playing under advantage. Now, Henry going short side, dropping it off nicely. It is in their hands. Oh, was Mike Curry, the ball popping out the side, and dumb as dumb B. And they're not smart. Definitely not when your team needed that. That's going to be the cross kick now. Jacob Rataman Tavuki Nepkins goes up for it, doesn't take it. And it's the Blues. That's a lie. It's going to be Alosio who scores it. And now Moana Pasifika back in the game, and they'll have to thank one man and one man only, and that is Nippo Lolala for that one. And that is going to be the try for Alosio, who has been able to score it 59 minutes in, and Moana Pasifika are back in this contest now. We'll go like that. And we will go like that as well. And also take care, Truckin. Assuming URC this weekend, we will, if we can, squeeze it in with the times and whatnot. And also his dad watching rugby right now. Your dad, my dad. Who dad we talking? That one. And also we're going to have good night. See you around 2 a.m. Oz time if you do the cricket as RCS Truckin down under. So you'll see a little bit later on. Yeah, I hope you do enjoy the rest of the time until then. And also take care, Truckin. And Game On says, no, man, it certainly is. And Nippo is the New Zealand version of Forrest Gump. And this is Obi. And also, I see the ball. I take this is Sebastian. And also, Hamish, rugby is there. Also, red card. If red card is received by a player, he is suspended for the whole match. Is that right? Pretty much. So after 20 minutes, they are allowed to replace him, but it cannot be him who makes his way back out onto the field. So in this case, it will probably more than likely be Carl Tuanukiafi, Ofa Tuangafasi, one of those guys in the front row. But I think it's Tuangafasi as the replacement. But if we have a scrum, he'll have to be replaced anyway. Lincoln McClutchy now. He's the one who's your dad, Pierce, who he support. And now I think he is a Highlanders or Crusaders, one of the two South Island teams I think he does go for. And John Kay and Kyle Mills bet on this game going to be fun to listen about on the breakdown next week, says Louis. And I mean, anyone who said that there was going to be a rare card has got their money's worth for that one. And also we have got there for Losi Tokoso. Hopefully I said that correctly. Do let me know if I've got that wrong though, and I will make my best attempt to try and correct it. And I have to check Nip's name in the chat. It's sounding a bit different to me with your accent. And there, Nip. Who is Nip? Who we got? Oh, Novmum? No. Nip. Nepo, is it? No. Not too sure. Oh, who got the red card? Nepo Lolala for the Blues. No surprises there, unfortunately. I'll say that 7 at the moment, says Vishal. That Lolagi visit on Nippo. And there says Fleshin. Oh, Jacob Reiter, Maitavuki Neckins almost drops that ball. He's taken some contact there on the ground. The ball pops out the side. Finley Christie now trying to pierce his way around. Currently wheeling out of a couple of tackles here. Sam Derry and Nippo in there. As I says, everyone also, it's Nip. Is Nip Asian? Not sure. And for Tokusi, the T at the start is basically a D. So Dokusi, okay. Or Dokuso, sorry. Thank you very much for helping me out with that one. But now Tuatavuki in a bit of space. Oh, he's gone out to touch. He's gone out. Okay, so it's Dokusi. Oh, no, sorry, Dokuso. Okay, I'll try and remember that one. And what does it mean? I just realized I've pronounced it many times, but I don't actually know what it actually means. In that case, I'm feeling an intercept, says Louis. Although I'm currently only 5 points difference between these two sides. 19 minutes left in this fixture. And Moana Pasifika, they have got the Blues under a lot of pressure. But now Sawani Vakina, his line-out throws are a little bit close. And Doka Uso in there as well. That's a lot easier to say. Doka Uso, okay. So I got to split it up a little bit there. Now going to the front, Luke Romano doesn't take it. Moana Pasifika have got it back. Nip was a typo. Sounded like nipple in there, says Fleshin. Now Lincoln McClutchy's got this one. This quick step and feet trying to go around the side. He's wrestled down by Tame Plumtree. Counter right there from Sawani Vakina. Nothing going though. OG 110 on stream membership. This is a very popular midweek game, which I was not really expecting. I didn't realize a lot of people knew that this game was on. Now at the moment, Anton Segner steals the ball. It's a penalty though. And now we'll be going back for this penalty and kind of means like a brother or bro. And there's us, says Brody for that one. Tackler not releasing Anton Segner. Unlucky there for him, but now they will have the opportunity to kick this one for the touchline. I think Lincoln McClutchy was considering the 3, but I think while they've got so much momentum, you've got to go for the corner once again here. Second half penalties conceded. 6 against the Blues, 1 against Moana Pasifika, and also a Super Rugby in it at 10 out of 10. Lou Diaga joining Stormers next season. I hope so. It would be awesome to see him in action for that one. And also 1 try for the greatest comebacks is Aussie cricket. And they certainly had a pretty awesome one last week. They just need to hang on in this game once they do get that lead. And they've still got the man advantage. Moana Pasifika, they are certainly going to be working hard in this game. And Valentino is in the chat once again. I said for Malosi Tokouso. And there as well, currently Moana Pasifika, they've got a line out 15 metres out from the line. It looks like Tame Plumtree has been replaced. That is by big number 19 for this one. Has he changed his number? Oh, no, that's going to be Cameron Salfua. Or Suafua, sorry. They haven't actually gone to Ekwasi yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. Early going forward, it is going to be Sawani Vakina. It's been the replacement there for Alex Hodgman. That's a lie for Ricky Riccatelli, in fact. It's kicked downfield now. Now taken nicely, Lolagi Vizin. Yeah, goes straight through 2 people. He has got pure power, that man. Does play for Hawke's Bay during the Bunnings NBC and has shown us exactly what he can do throughout that season. Tuatavuki, in fact, it's Finney Anisi now down the wing. Enari passes it back. Lincoln McClutchy, drawing pass. It's popped free from Jack Lamb's hands, but it's still available. Lincoln McClutchy just throws the no-look pass, waits for it to sit up now. That's a good attack and run forward. Offload back here. And it's just quick play from Moana Pasifika trying to stop any chance of the Blues from trying to get their hands on this ball. Jack Lamb once again, the captain of Moana Pasifika. This would be huge for them and their Super Rugby season. Now it's going to be kicked in behind from Linka McClutchy. They had the advantage. Oh no, the advantage is over now, and it's going to be kicked back by Ratumai Tavuki Nepkins, taken nicely by Tamosi Alosio. He was able to score earlier on in the match. Looking for the 50-22. It's over the head of AJ Lamb. A lot of pressure on him. 5 meters out now. Fires it across the Perafeta. Now has plenty of time to be able to kick this one towards the touchline. And he does just that. That's not going to be an option for the quick throw either there for Moana Pasifika. But currently only 15 minutes left. Pronunciation of the Island Brothers on point process too. So thank you very much, mate. And yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time learning those pronunciations just because at the start I was shocking with them. All right, your prediction was right. Ross Taylor Bolden gone for 11. Sikopi Kepu, he was loving it at this stage. The team are just playing like they're playing with passion. That's gone over the top, and that's going to be Luke Romano now with that ball, trying to drive his way forward. If the Blues can score one more time, you'd have to say maybe they'd have enough of a lead to be able to hang on. Now driving their way back, I believe that was Corey Evans. In fact, now with the carry. Now, Jacob Raita Maitavuki Nepkins, long name, but long potential in that man. And also, as Taylor out, he is indeed. And also, we have got the You Must Be Maori bro as well. I'm actually not. Believe it or not, I can say 2 sentences of Maori, but now Tamati Tua going down the wing, trying to line up Lolagi Vizinia, gets back up to his feet. A little bit of a counter ruck. Now still available. Volkina passes it back. And also, Hamish Ross Taylor out 11 balls and 17 as well. And it's a close one. Good fight from Moana side. Yeah, and I hope that they get at least a bonus point. It's a penalty to Moana Pasifika once again. And they are continuing to just push and push and push. Their gas tank will be running on empty, but the Blues with one man disadvantage could be just draining them a half inch more. But Luca Romano penalised there. And also we've got there, did you know if you take off Pacifica, it's Moana the movie as well? And did you know that Moana actually is ocean in Maori? There you go. And also we have got there, you must have had a good Rio teacher, Hamish. Not really. I probably taught myself more than anything else because the teacher just pretty much didn't teach anything. So I learned 2 sentences. I'm not exactly like schooled up on it completely. I know Kaki te koe e tira wiki, which is see you next week. And I also know Homa e rima kotahi konu kata kata, which means high five, just kidding. That one I taught myself all by myself. And Toka Usa Hamish is practically have Islander now, or half Islander now, Joe. And there's Johnny Place. And that one is now gone in. And also we've got there, Hamish is Nyati Awesome. And there is Go Blues. And there says Avril, but now they've been able to steal that one for the Blues now. And Moana Pasifika could win like their last game against the Hurricanes. Good, great, or mighty great rugby. Ashish Murray on point. And there says Brody there as well. And now going back across, Finley Christie takes it nicely. And man down like this, and big love, Johnny C. Sebastian. And also we were just thinking about what you were, Jolly, overall. We were wondering whereabouts you were, or whether or not you were going to be in for the Chiefs one, or whether you were working late perhaps today. And also, will you watch the cricket later? I sure will. And we will be doing a live stream of Ratupai Tavuki Nepkins there having his run through. That's a hard name to rattle off when he's out a line break. Still 10 meters out here for the Blues. Malosi Pasifika as well. And then also we have got there Katipai Ahobro. And there it says Levi there. And I would love to say right back at you, Murray, but I can't say that. So I'll just say right back at you in English. But I do know what you're saying. And now I'm an Alf Christie going back across. The Blues getting closer. Finley Christie, oh, he's fallen a little bit. Who are they going to go to around the side here? Number 19 is close. It was a bit of a high tackle. And now who do they go to? He's over the line. I think it was Finley Christie who sniped around the side there and got himself the penalty. Or the try, in fact. And nicely done by Finley Christie. And that will add some more points on the board for the Blues, right? That is the try that they needed. They certainly needed not just that one, but maybe even another one wouldn't be a terrible idea from this point in time. We'll go like that, and we will go like that. And Will Young on 93-16 to win. Oh, he's going to get close. And Blaze, did you see Will Smithy's girly slap in there as well? And also, nice one, boys. And also, bro, just busy doing things, family stuff, family stuff, I suppose. I'd rather be at home watching the streams, not chasing after kids. Says Johnny there as well. Oh, he's missed again, Perafetti. He really hasn't gone too well. A childish of Will. And there's his Brody. And also, nice one, boys, says to Uso. So now the question is, 10 minutes left. Can they work their way towards a bonus point? They've got themselves 5 tries. Moana Pasifika has scored 3. So if the Blues get one more, they actually get themselves the bonus point if that's the way that the game ends. But Moana Pasifika, if they can keep themselves out there for a little bit longer in this matchup and really make the most of the next 7 minutes while the Blues are down to 14, and cheers, Blues, it took you long enough. And there says Louis on that one. But now kicking it off here once again, it's going to be Lincoln McClutchy kicking it high. I see Josh Kaifa out on the field. That is for Pinatoa Finau. It's been replaced. A little bit of a counter ruck there. The ball is available now. And they have been told to use it. Looks like Alex McRobbie going to try and charge this one down a little bit. Didn't quite get away with it. And now a little bit of a shove from Adrian Choate. Nice step there from Lalagi Vizinia. They're going back initially for offside, I believe it is, and go Moana Pasifika, says Teresa there. And also hit him in the head. Or him in the head, says Brody there. And go Blues, says Avril. But I believe that was Sawafua. Was he penalised for it, or was he on the team? No, he must have won the penalty, I believe. And now kicking it downfield, Stephen Petafeta once again with a good exit from inside of the own half. But now 45 metres out from Moana Pasifika's line. They need the try, and they need it soon. They do want a Hollywood performance from DJ Jazzy. Jeff, not sure why he's upset about his wife when she literally are getting her backside blown out by every... Jeez. I'll say everyone, not going to lie. We get you a Blue supporter. Don't need to say go Blues every 3 minutes. And there says Mazaka, and also he's got... And one little fight, and his mum got scared. I feel like there's a lot of memes that are going to come out of it, isn't there? So we got there, go Moana. There says our mate Choi. Currently now, Sawane Vakina once again. You can do it, says MH Choi. Lining it up, goes down the middle, taken nicely by Sam Derry. Now the rolling maul starts to begin. Now we've already seen 4 tries throughout this match for men who are wearing the number 2 jersey. 2 for Latero Tele, 2 for Ricky Riccatelli, and now Sawane Vakina wants to add his name possibly to that list as well. But now it's also out on the field, replacing Tamaiti Tua. It is going to be young Jock McKenzie. Now, if you don't know about this man, he was playing for the New Zealand 11 not too long ago for the cricket. And now he is going to be back out there for the rugby side of it. And also, Hamish, grow up, please. As now, I mean, I've only grown as much as I can. Normally, you just got to work on genetics overall for being able to grow a bit taller. And also, we've got the old... and also, we've got the exactly right, Johnny. And then cheers, Moana Pasifika for the first year in Super Rugby. Me, mighty brother. And then go Blues. And this is Avril, and also Hamish, 8 runs needed for the Black Cats, and Young needs 4 runs to victory. Which I've laced them, hits 2 4s. They say that well done. And go Will Smith, says Alex. And also we have got about the fact that he does need 6 more runs to complete his ODI 100, but currently now was a poor, was making his way forward in NRE. And that's going to be the penalty to the Blues. And also we've got that, we've gone 30 minutes and everyone's still saying the same stuff. And there, and no, you said as well. No, you said Okay. I'm a bit lost. That's rude for the stream. So is rude. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, we could add an F on front of that and add a K at the end and see how that sounds if you like. But we have got their chat blocked Aussie cricketer there, says Brady. And also we've got that, to be honest, I totally record it. And there. And also and there says Avril for that one. But currently now, missed tackles, 9 for Moana Pasifika. They've been able to make 103 tackles, though. 88 for the Blues, 7 missed tackles there. Currently, most tackles made. Finney Anisi at the top of the bunch, sitting on 13. And Matanga sitting there on 11. Adrian Choate, 11. And now Stephen Petafeta lining up the 3-pointer. If he gets this one over, they will have a 15-point lead. That's a lie. They've got a 10-point lead at the moment. That will take them up to 13 points. And also, we look at that. Frank has said you deserve a subscription, so appreciate you, mate. And we have got plenty more of Super Rugby coming in the future. Like, we have got plenty of the Super Rugby competition. We're also doing some of the cricket, some of the top 14, Gallagher Premiership, URC, you name it, rugby all around the world. It's going to be taking place on this channel. Yeah, we've got Fijian Sevens actually next week as well, I should mention, and Samoa Sevens. They are back in there. Stephen Petafeta lines up that one quite nicely, and now the score is 32 points to 19 in that one as well. But And it's going to be, the 7's next week, which is going to be pretty awesome. And as if he is this man in March, like till August rolls around, and also how do you end up? I feel like I probably can't read too much more. Overall. And also we have got there. Sleep with I do not condone. I think our females love that came out wrong. Says Johnny Lacey. Yeah, we knew what you meant. Overall, who is that man? Who was that? I have no idea who that was, but he was an absolute beast of an individual. Also, Johnny, there'll be a line of dudes doing the same thing, and you need a nappy change. Do the mod. But Matunga, he's off the field, and that was a Wong. And there was a horse racing preview for the weekend. Hope you're going to do that. My man, as well, says Jeffrey, I have no idea about horse racing other than the fact that I can talk fast, but that doesn't tell me too much. That's going to be another penalty to Moana Pasifika now, and they will be kicking this one for the corner. 5 minutes left now. And like a McClutchy will be kicking it for the touchline. But yeah, anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out that pinned comment. It is the Kiwi Lad Sport. I'll be in that line. And this is crazy as it. And I hope Solomon Akata has learned how to pass the ball. We haven't seen a huge amount of passes so far throughout this one, sadly. But overall, he's run the ball hard, though, which is probably one of the important things. Sam Derry, he's going off the field now, and it is going to be now Ekuwasi making his way out there. Now, if you haven't seen that man in action for Auckland, he's a beast. He's probably going to give away like a yellow card now for dragging down a maul just because I've hyped him up quite a bit throughout the week. But at the end of the day, he's one to watch out for. They didn't let him land there. Now, the ball's being dropped by, it was Awong. Something went very wrong from there. A little knock on. That big man at number 8, he's not the one that I was looking at before. There's a massive individual off the bench for one of these two sides. And I don't know who it was. Who is that man? It's Moana Pasifika's, I think it's the man in the front row. I think it's Chris Apua, maybe. I'm looking at it. Also, Hamish, can you recall any comment made, Kiwi Lads Chat, that made you real angry? Nah. I just kind of laugh at the angry ones. Overall, like, I've been called some fun names overall, like things to do with animals and whatnot. I've been called a dog, and I've been called, what else have I been called? Been called Skinny Head. That was a fun one. The Fijians, they're probably the most brutal, to be honest. They've called me some good old names. Everyone under the sun, but what can you do? Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone's going to like what you're doing. So you just got to kind of accept that side of it as well. You got to take the good with the bad. And also we have got there who has a bonus point. No one as of yet. If the Blues score one more time, they will receive the bonus point. Whereas if it's a free kick there for the Blues. Whereas if Moana Pasifika score, then it is going to be a bonus point for them for being within 7, I believe, as long as they can convert. That is the other side of it that they will need. In fact, it's not Rainuia at number 16, unless Rainuia has been chopped apart by some sort of big old, maybe razor of some sort. And also we have got there some mean people out there. And then Hamish Dog, there's us, says Crazy and also thanks heaps for appreciate your work on all sports. Says kind of there, and I do appreciate all the support you guys have been shown. Whereas at the end of the day, like, we have been doing this for about a year and 9 months or something like that. And every time we do it, like, it's never boring because there's always something different. And never mind the naysayers, mate, destroy them with your success, brother. And there as well. And also, hi, Crazy NZ, says David the Mod, and David Bro says Crazy NZ there as well. NRE going off the field now. And his replacement, I believe it is going to be more than likely Manu Paya. Yes, it is. Also, what I do when someone being mean to me is say the F word. And there as well says Aussie. But that would be relatively rude, wouldn't it? You're not allowed to say that word. It's a bad one. Also, I've been called a worm before. Says, I mean, also, my girlfriend says, hi, nice to meet you. Hello, Aussie. Not Aussie, Ollie's girlfriend. Hope you're doing well. Moana Pasifika versus the Highlanders will be an interesting game to watch this year. It's now going to be the penalty to the Blues. Angela Bassett, sorry, I can get it. And also, we have got there, if I listen to the naysayers, I'll be still working for my old boss, slaving away and making peanuts. Yeah, if that. And there's because I feel like we've seen you develop, Johnny, not in like a weird way, but like you've gone from being contracted to someone else to then going from there, starting up your own business, ended up with a couple kids along the line, which sounds like strange to say, but we know the circumstances, of course, of that situation, and kind of seen you going all through that as well. It's demon time, Hamish. Also, we have got there, Will Young 103 not out, so he has been able to bring it up. I've been called a snitch when someone yelled in my ear, and I told on them. Also, what would the leaderboard look like if the Blues take this game out, says Brody. It's a fun question, and I will show you exactly how it is sitting at this current stage. It's another penalty to the Blues. So the Blues with a win here move from 13. They will actually go right up above the Waratahs, whether they get a bonus point or not. If Moana Pasifika can get a bonus point, they don't move at this stage. And if they can somehow get a comeback in the next 50 seconds, no, that's not happening. Unfortunately, just too little time for them. So they will move up a little bit higher. And Avril said, I sub. There's a thank you very much, and get your bonus point, Moana. And also we have got there, how old do you think Corey is? And there, I think we've been asked this before, haven't we? So I'm not too sure. It's a Sleep Slayer or Sheep Slayer. Sheep Slayer. That's hard to say. Called me a yak last week. I thought it was hilarious. And there, and damn real shame. Only upwards from Moana. And there, and Irish, thanks, bro. Your kind words are hugely appreciated here. Thank you, my brother. Here's Johnny Blaze. But yeah, it's been cool. And like the fact that when I look at my like thingamabobs of like those first initial live streams, there's one name that pops out. And that is, of course, Johnny Blaze. Different account probably at that stage. I think you've lost about 3 accounts in your time here, overall. And also, we have got the 100 for Young. And then also my best sledge was on Twitch. Some years ago, someone threw to cut my knob off and stab it to my forehead so that everyone know that I'm a dickhead in there. That's a good one. Let's go on into touch, into the game. And Moana Pasifika just fall short of the Blues here, 32 points to 19. And some days I feel like I'm 90. And this is Nov Mum. I watched Moana Pasifika beat the Satyrs before the Blues. Pain incoming. And there as well, says Lex Axel. Yeah, nonetheless, that is the end of Tuesday night rugby. We've still got the next live stream, though, I should mention, which will be Australia versus Pakistan. That will be starting at around 9 or so at night time. No, in fact, sorry, it will be starting around 11. For that one, well, you know, mate, we telltale, that's a snitch as well. And there says David the Mild, and a good game, though, boys. And there says Brody, yeah, they played pretty well, and we don't need you, do that, Baz. And there, as says Obi, but nonetheless, all the try scorers was Tamati Tua, Ricky Riccatelli getting 2, Romano getting 1, and Christie getting another. Then for Moana Pasifika, it's coming along the bottom right now. Latiro Tole getting himself 1, Pole getting 1, Arosio getting the other. And it wasn't a tail, it happened. And then shot for the game, Uso says do, so no worries at all, mate. And Blues will thrash next week, though. And they've actually got the same opponent this weekend, a nice 11 p.m. New Zealand time for the cricket. It is indeed. And great call, says David the Mod. And also thank you, Hamish. And their last standing says Aksha. So they do end up moving themselves up a little bit further, but we will keep you guys updated on how it is progressing throughout the weekend. But now they move up just above of the Crusaders, I believe. And shot for the live man legend, as well, says Brody, and no worries at all. Hope you guys did enjoy this Tuesday night. We've actually got another game next Tuesday night alongside the weekend game. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. See how that one goes. And awesome commentary as usual, says MH Short. I'm glad that you guys did enjoy it. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to check out the Kiwi Lad Sport. This is a pinned comment up in the chat if you do want to check that one out. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in.